guess I should probably start up, shouldn't I? As opposed to sitting on the starting soon screen forever. That'd be an interesting stream though, wouldn't it? If I just sat and never left the starting soon screen for 3 hours. See who the last person left in chat is at the end. But the last one standing in stream at the 3 hours starting soon screen gets the stream key. They can take over the channel. They become the streamer then. I need to mess with my audio stuff in a minute as well. Mess with my sources around. But yeah, we're playing Pokemon again today. We finished the first playthrough the other day of BDSP. So yeah, we're going to start the Nuzlocke run. Should be hopefully exciting. I mean, I can't really say for certain because we haven't done it yet, so I don't know. But it might be interesting. We'll find out, I suppose. Yeah, we'll see how we go. I'll start up in a minute. I'll probably drop a poll for starter choice. If anyone wants to vote on it, feel free. If it's a tie or no one votes, then I'll just decide myself. But, yeah. Yeah, I guess I might as well just get started. No point in hanging about. I haven't really got much to say at the start here. Still feels really foreign to come back again though after a breakaway. Very odd to be back. Let's load up old Nuz, the profile Nuz, start a new playthrough, shall we? Yeah, cracking. Here we go. Let's open that up. Okay. Right, without further ado, start the Nuzlocke. We're basically going to keep the same rules as we did in the other one. What was it called? I can't remember. Sword and Shield. The only difference is that level caps when we get to the Elite Four will kind of come off. So we're not going to worry about them then. But until Elite Four, it'll be okay. Yeah. Grand Underground as well is something we'll have to kind of think about as we go. Not that we'll have to worry about that today, but you know, it is what it is. We'll get there when we get there, and we'll go through it. Got the default. We'll call him Nuz as well, like we did last time. He's just gone to a new region and looks completely different now. It's the same guy though, I promise. I keep doing that because the button's in a wonky place. Better get another goat. I don't think we can because Lotad doesn't exist in this game. As far as I'm aware. What do we want to call the rival? We called him Bevan last time. Yeah, unfortunately we can't get a low Chad. I don't think, anyway. What do we call the rival? Me? Well, you want me to call the rival you? You're the rival. Okay. Yeah, but it's a dude though. Because I can't select the character or anything. You want to be the rival still? Mr. Cow. Okay. Thank you for that contribution. Mr. Cow. He doesn't look very cow-like either, being blonde, but still. It is what it is. I feel a bit flat today. Just like that TV. Actually, it's not so flat, is it? That's massive by modern standards. TV's huge. Look at that thing. I don't know, I just feel a bit kind of... I don't know. Lacking in energy today, maybe. It feels so weird having my rival be called Mr. Cow as well, because when they call him that in the cutscenes, very odd. It's kind of funny, but it's also strange. Welcome in, Bevan. How are you, my dude? Good to see you. Oh, we don't need to talk to any of these people. It's useless, not. Isn't he gone up to the lake already, our rival? Or is this geezer going to tell us we can't go there? Okay. He's home. Never mind. Want to go back to sleep? Go back to sleep then, Bevan. Go sleep, my dude. Yeah, drop a lurk if you want to and go back to sleep. Go make sure you rest up properly, you know? Thud. There we go. Oh my god. Thank you for the Zeds in chat there, Bum. Rest for those rank games, yeah. Although I thought I saw you say on Twitter the other day you weren't going to do any more Siege streams recently, and then literally the next day you were playing Siege on stream again. What happened there? Yeah, it's good to see you on it so much though, Bevan, you know? Because I know you took a long break for a while where you thought about not streaming again, so it's nice to see you back, you know, my dude? No more Monster Hunter streams. I thought you said Siege. I thought you said ranked. Or am I just being dumb? Probably me just being dumb as fuck, to be honest. Kind of in character for me. Where is it? It's about morning streams. And maybe less Siege. Oh, I guess it's morning streams. Monster Hunter then. See, I guess it's slow because it's morning for me. That's probably why I'm thinking. You know? Always thinking about myself, Bevan, remember? Maybe playing less Siege. I haven't really played much recently either, to be honest. I play a few games here and there with Mirage, and we kind of just play whenever one of us is free. But we haven't been playing tons recently, and it's been quite nice just to kind of come on, play a few games, and do that. Hence why I got stuck in Silver. You know, I mean, some of it was like, you know, we're building up and trying to get decent at the game again, but then some of it's we didn't play enough to get out of kind of like Silver rank. We didn't play hours and hours of rank, so... But yeah, now I've got my battle pass and stuff, I guess I can play again. Check my heart rate every time and it's over 100. I mean, Siege does have a lot of pressure and kind of focus in it, you know? It does kind of... It's an intensive game, I'd say. You know? It's one of those things. It's fun, though. I enjoy playing Siege still. I probably enjoyed it more in the last season or two than I have before. That might be because I've played a lot more with other people again. I'm not just kind of running solo like I do all the time. Basically, you know? I don't know. It's weird. I kind of have this weird, like, feeling at the minute. Oh god, Starly. This doesn't count as the Nuzlocke anyway, because, you know. We haven't got Pokeballs yet. So even if we faint in the first fight, we're fine. Question is, though, who do we want? Because, we need to make the choice. This is going to be the choice for the main Nuzlocke, so I need to make a poll. Which notoriously in polls, no one ever votes anyway, but I'll do it anyway. That's just generally Twitch polls, I feel like. You might have the deciding vote here, Bevan, to be honest. Depends. I feel like I know who you're going to vote for as well. We'll go for a 2-minute timer. Panty, the best choice. I think Chimchar's the... Well... Infernape, I think, is the best late game choice. I'm pretty sure that early game, it doesn't really matter. Probably one of the other two is better early game. Because I mean, what you've got like a rock gym early game. So I feel like one of the other two is good. Torterra's not terrible. I mean, it's best, particularly against the Elite Four, he's fairly good. Kind of is what it is. Piplup. Bevan, did you vote Piplup? We actually going to run with the same starter again? I should have banned Piplup from the choices. Yeah, Torterra. Haven't voted yet. Someone voted Piplup. Someone wants the Empoleon again. Feel like I know who it is. Oh, it's a 50-50 on a Chimchar. I'll flip a coin, I guess, and if we get a tie. Anyone wants to tie break though. Now's your chance. Anyone in chat? Any lurkers want a tie break? Feel free. Got about a minute left. Hang on. Pretty sure everyone already follows you in here, Bevan, anyway, but I'm gonna give you a big shout out. There you go, mate. You deserve it. You're a good person to watch, my dude. You're also one of the homies, so I appreciate you, dude. I wish I could do more to help you out, but I can't. So. Oh, did that cover up the poll? I think it did. Can you even see? Oh, you can see the poll still. It was a 50-50. That wasn't helpful. Alright, chat. I see what we're playing these games. Alright. I need a coin to flip. I don't have a coin either. I'm going to flip a Nintendo Switch cartridge. Okay. Close enough. What are we feeling, Bevan? We feeling like flipping Sword and Shield, Scarlet, or Pokemon Mystery Dungeon? What are we feeling? Which one you feeling lucky with to win you that Chimchar vote, Bevan? Sword and Shield. Alright. A tried and tested Nuzlocke game that we've done before. Drop the other one. There it is. Put the other way up. My carpet's dark, so I can't see it. Okay. Are you ready? Bevan's calling heads on a Chimchar. Okay. Heads on the Chimchar. Here we go, Bevan. I'm flipping the coin or the cartridge. 3, 2, 1. Flip. Whatever it lands on, I'm not gonna look at it. I'm gonna scoop it in my hand, flip it, put it on top of my wrist or top of my hand. Then we'll see what it is. All right. I have found it. I mean, I kind of already know what it's gonna turn out to be because I can feel it in my hand, so I know which way up it is. But well, Bevan. Gotta find him. It looks like Timmy Sear wins the day. Timmy Sear wins the coin toss. Timmy Sear the Chimchar. I already know what you're going to want to name it, so I'll call it Timmy Sear for you because I know you want to name it that. You won the coin toss. When I get the chance to, I'll name him. Whoever the Piplup voter was, I feel like I know who it was. Unfortunately, he didn't win today. But there will be plenty more chances to name and get other Pokemon, so. Class. Love it. Yeah, there will be other chances to get other Pokemon though, so. Don't worry about it. Thanks for the lurk, Big Shack. I appreciate it, my dude. Thank you for the support. Thank you to all the lurkers. I know Mora and Celine came in earlier as well. If anyone else is lurking, thanks for the lurks. I appreciate it. Have I got music on in the background still? Turn that shit off. Yeah, these Nuzlocks tend to be good. I hesitate to say better stream content, but, you know. Better would assume that we have a decent standard anyway. But there we go. We're about to get Chimchar nicked off us again here, Bevan. Simi C is about to get kidnapped. There we go, though. Our choice is made on starters. I'm trying to think already, how is it going to play out for the rest of the game? Because realistically, we're going to need to build towards Garchomp. Like, Infernape's not going to be super useful early game. Because the thing is, like, Chimchar is effectively not good in the first gym. Because you've got, like, Geodude, Onix, and bloody Cranidos in the first gym. And I think it's something like level 18, where Chimchar gets Mach Punch. So we basically would need to have Monferno before it's useful. So Chimchar is useless for the first gym, which means we're actually going to struggle in the first gym unless we get something probably special attacking. Because we're not great on the type matchups, to be honest. But hey, Lopez. And on Companion just popping in before work to say I'm proud of you. SMH my head. Shouldn't be saying things like that. I'll go to my head. Thanks for popping in the club. It's good to see you, mate. Thank you for coming in and, you know, dropping some nice words. I appreciate it. I big appreciate everybody. Especially after being gone for so long. It's so weird. Yeah, I don't know. I said it last stream. I don't know if anyone wasn't here. I had to have a serious thought for a while when my internet was playing up for 3 weeks about whether I was actually going to come back at all, or whether I was just going to ditch it at that point. So, you know, it's nice to kind of come back and, you know, have people kind of kick on where we left off, you know, and come back. We got the run-in shoes. Go. I think we're supposed to go to Sand Gem, aren't we? Or are we supposed to go see old Mr. Cow again? Would cry maybe just a little. Oh, we can't have that. Can't have that now. But yeah, no, I did seriously consider it for a long time. It was a long decision to think about whether I wanted to. We don't have Pokeballs yet, do we? No, so the Nuzlocke still hasn't officially started. I've got an encounter list as well, so we'll run through that like when we get there. But hi, Chili. Welcome in, my dude. How are you? Thank you for the redeems. Feel free to lurk if you're lurking away. We appreciate lurkers, as you know. Or if you're playing stuff, I don't know. I think I saw you on Red Dead, weren't you? Hopefully you're having fun with that. Hopefully you've been having fun with the new D2 stuff if you've played much of it yet. I don't know. What level's the first gym? I'll tell you what the cap is. Level cap's 14, which will be on the Cranidos. Level 12 Geodude, level 12 Onix, and Cranidos. Which interestingly doesn't have a rock type move, it just has Bulldoze. Oh, Cranidos has 125 base attack! It's level 14! It has 125 base attack! What? Hold up. I mean, Onix has got 160 base defense at level 12, but like... Or at like base, but like, Jesus! That's a lot! Okay, so we're going to be fighting Barry, not Barry, Mr. Cow's going to have Piplup, so we got to watch out for that. No sound. Oh, I haven't changed it, have I? Thank you for reminding me. I'll have to mute the streams I'm in now. There we go. It's because I had the music on. There we are. Thank you for letting me know. That would have been really embarrassing and awkward if I hadn't actually put the sound on for the rest of the stream. Would look like a right knob. No Mach Punch, but you get one... Do we get double kick or something before? Oh, knock out the Starly. Yeah, no, thank you for the welcome back, Chili. I appreciate my dude. Yeah, I was thinking for a while about whether I was going to come back or not. It was a long decision about what I was going to do. I think one of the things that I kind of wanted as well, is like I've always talked about, is I always want to improve things constantly. Or kind of like make things just better. Even just small bits at a time. And it felt like I've become very stagnant for a while. Not really doing anything new, just kind of going through the motions with everything, like I've done before. So it kind of got to a point where I was like, is there actually much more I can do at this point? Because, you know, argument's sake, endless pot of money, I'd do an absolute ton of stuff. Yeah. Obviously that ain't an option. Caps 14. You also get Mark Punch when you evolve. What's the evolve on evolution level on Chimchar? Simi Seer the Chimchar. That's Bevan wants it called. We have to go with that really, don't we? I know. Did you even get a name in the last Nuzlocke, Bevan? I don't remember. 14. So we can be 14 going into the fight. Okay, we might be able to do that. By the way, I retouched my hair and it looks better than when I went to the salon. Let's go. A nice little bonus there, Mora. Things we love to see. Always feel subconscious, like my streams are low effort, boring, but I realize I love those types of streams from other people. No, I feel that as well. I think it's just kind of one of those things where it's... in a particular situation right now, a lot of people recently, I've noticed, have been getting, like, new stuff. You know? It's been, like, a lot of kind of, like... I'm seeing a lot of, especially on Twitter and things, you see a lot of rebrands and a lot of, you know, new models, PNGs and stuff, and I'm just like, hey, it's me. Haven't even gotten anything new for, like, a year now. Let's go. You know, I think the best way I described it before was when I was talking to someone about it. I don't remember if I was talking about it on stream or not. I just feel a bit left behind. You know? That's kind of how I feel. I just feel a bit left behind on, like, that front. And it's like, I just want to freshen things up, you know? Like, I'll have some new emotes eventually, but, you know. Just gotta wait for them to be done. Yeah, that would be the newest thing. I'll have the new emotes, but I genuinely don't have a date for the emotes. I don't know. We never set an official deadline on it, so I don't know. Power up. Oh, power up punch. What? Wait, we get power up punch before level 14. Are you serious? That's busted. No. Really? That's so broken. Level 12, we get power up punch with Chimchar. That's broken as hell, Bevan. Dude, we can murk Lucario with that as well. Let's go buy some Pokeballs. What do you mean you have Chibi Nox and Cat Noxons? I mean, yeah, but... I don't know. It's kind of... It's hard to... Actually, I don't want to spend all that on it. It's hard to describe, I guess. Like, all of that stuff is kind of things that I haven't done for myself. If you know what I mean? Like, Noxcat and stuff like that was like was a gift from Oreo and things like that. So it doesn't necessarily feel like something I've done myself. It kind of just feels like taking something that someone else has done for me and just being like, have this. You know? Doesn't feel like I've actually done anything myself on that front, I guess. It's weird. My, like, thought process about stream stuff's very broken at the minute as well. It just... I don't know. Feels like on, like, the stream side of things, I've been fighting a losing battle against my head for a very long time. Like, probably a year plus now, where I'm kind of just like, what's the point anymore? You know, and I'm going between, like, little moments of small reason to... Oh, Zerka tree in chat, yo. Ultra Beast. Probably try and catch that. That's a rare Pokemon. But yeah, I'm kind of like jumping between little kind of nuggets of like, oh, this is a good thing that happened. You know? I should probably keep doing it because this is the thing I've been waiting for so long. You know, like when I did my 2-year anniversary stream, you have one of those with just an absolute banger in the middle of it and you go, this is what I remember as like the reason why I started. The feeling that you get from a stream like that. Which I don't know, I just feel like I've been lacking. Not because like streams have been bad or anything, but like I just... It feels like more of a me problem than anything else. You know? Yeah, I don't know. And like the internet thing didn't help, because obviously it just, you know, kneecapped me before I was able to actually do anything. We got balls now as well, don't we? So we have balls. So Nuzlocke's officially started. Rule set for anyone who wasn't here at the start is basically going to be the same as what we did before for Sword and Shield, except the level caps I'm going to switch off when we get to the Elite Four. So we need to put Chimchar in on the Nuzlocke sheet. Simisear. Status captured or received, I suppose. Nature. We need to look at his nature. See what our boy's like. And I'll catch him on chat quickly. What's the boy like? Oh, Bevan, you got a Chimchar with the worst possible nature. Are you serious? Increased defense minus attack on an Infernape. Oh my god. Why? That's like the worst nature we could have gotten. Even special attack and that would have been okay, but minus attack? Why? Why do we have to get screwed by all the natures? Swear to God. We'll get like bloody Jolly Gyarados again or something, won't we? After getting like terrible luck on the starter. Although I feel like last time when we did it, didn't we get Inteleon with a pretty goated one? He had like plus special attack or something. Did I not get Xurkitree either? Evan, you got the Xurkitree! You. I'm gonna go a nasty plot Infernape. Bulk up will probably work. Actually, no, can you get Bulk up? It says there's an encounter in Twinleaf Town as well, so not entirely sure where that is. What encounters have we got earlier? We need to run through this quickly as well. We got Twinleaf, which is probably a fishing spot, I'd imagine, so we won't be able to do that. We got Route 201, which is here, isn't it? So we're on Route 201, I'm pretty sure. Lake Verity, which we can get a grass encounter there, or we get a fishing encounter later on. We might go get a grass encounter just for the memes. Go on, we'll go and get one on the lake. We'll get our first capture here. What are we getting? It's a Starly. I mean, that's a good start. Not great in the first gym, but, you know, gives us potential of a Staraptor later on in the game. That's what we want, you know? Where was I? Trying so hard not to show you would love it right now, and I'm just gonna say you're one of my favorite people to watch. I appreciate it. It's just, I don't know. It's hard to accept sometimes, you know? So it just feels like I've been fighting a losing battle for a while. And like, kind of every move I make seems to be the wrong one at the minute. In various ways. Starly. Goal. First capture of the playthrough. What are we calling Starly? Ember on Simisear, the Chimchar. Just not bad. We got our first fire type move. Should be nice for getting through later on into the forest. What are we going to call Starly? It's a female Starly. Anyone got any names we want to go for here? Name for the Starly? Anyone got a preference? Anyone wanna choose the name? Burb. We go Burb. Go Burb. I like Burb. Burb. Pigeon. Pigeon, burb, seagull. We get a wingull, we'll call it seagull. Well, that's our first catch. Now, Dupe's claws will be in on the Starly, so we can't catch another Starly. Tell you what we can get here, though. This is Route 201. We caught Starly on Lake Berry. Now, we have a 50-50 here of, like, guaranteed one of two encounters. Now, I know which one we're likely to get. We're either going to get Bidoof or Doduo. Because we cannot get Starly because we already have one. So it's either going to be a Bidoof or a Doduo. Now, out of the two, honestly, I don't really know what I have a preference for it. I mean, Bidoof's kind of... like, Bidoof's okay. Like, Doduo's alright. There we go, it's Bidoof. But, like, Doduo's alright as well, but... what do you think of a Miss Cow's Pokemon? I'm trying to think if there's any cow Pokemon in the game. Oh, this might... no, we'll be okay. I'm not sure. Okay. Well, there goes the encounter. We actually crit it. The second encounter Pokemon we get, and we crit the Bidoof and kill it. Well, there we go. We're only going to have two Pokemon. Because we missed the one at Lake here. Starly. Let's put Burb in. What a start. What a start. I feel like that could have gone better, to be honest, though. We need to heal Starly as well. Brave-natured. Increase attack minus speed. That's okay. I mean, increased attack is okay on Staraptor. Minus speed... not amazing, but... can't believe we crit the bloody Doduo. Evolve Chimchar till 47, you get Flamethrower. I feel like we're not going to be doing that, though, Bevan. I feel like we need to evolve him a little bit before that. Does seem to be in this game, though. From what I can tell, you can get quite a lot of encounters quite early. And there's also a question as well about the Grand Underground, and I don't know what we're going to do about that. I think maybe we'll do the trick we did with Sword and Shield, with the wild area, if anyone remembers that, where we went and we did one gym badge, gave us one extra encounter in the wild area. I think we might do that as well, because the Grand Underground exists in this game, which is like 10, 12 free captures. So I think what I might do for that is just do, for every gym badge we have, we can go and get one capture in the area down there. Oh, Dawn's going to do a catching tutorial with us. Honestly, don't know. Like, I'd probably just evolve Chimchar, like normal level, get power up Punch, and then evolve it to Monferno, so I can get... what does she want? She want me to go home? Oh, tell our family we're helping the professor. It's too late now, Dawn. We've already caught a Starly. We're in the game now. When we get Old Rod, it'll be nice as well, because we might be able to get another Gyarados, which will be kind of goated for this playthrough. Gyarados is actually really strong in this game, basically just because of, like, the gyms you go up against aren't really that great of a matchup for a Gyarados. Nasty Plot Flame. Yeah, but Nasty Plot Flamethrower, Bam. Like, I'll wait until, like, level 50. Yeah, move relearner is not a bad choice, to be fair. Would you ever consider a 5 to 10k redeem that could positively or negatively influence the run? Maybe you have a Pokemon named after you, etc. Well, the naming thing is kind of just when we catch one, I just kind of chuck it out the chat to give people a chance if anyone wants to. And I try and keep in mind who's previously named things to try and give everyone a chance. I don't know. I mean, it's an interesting idea. The Nasty Plot Flamethrower thing as well is an interesting idea, Bevan, but then it's kind of, it requires setup is the problem. Because I'm going to need to get 3 switch-ins to get the nasty plot set up. Just want to spend my points. Yeah, I need to come up with some redeems. I don't really have anything worth spending it on, to be honest. So I need to come up with something at some point to give myself some decent redeems as well. Kind of like I was saying, I need to do like a full refresh of like everything and go through everything a bit at a time. And just kind of change stuff. Stickers. Maybe. Maybe. You got a lot of points, yeah. I don't know. I've never really had any good redeems. Problem is, it's like... I guess it's been hard to come up with tangible stuff that would be worth the points. Because I don't really do anything... kind of... like that. So, like... The good examples, like with what, Oriole's doing now with, like, the crochet stuff. Like, that's a really good... like idea with that. More, you've got a bunch of like higher tier ones that give you some good stuff, like tangible IRL things. But like with me, I don't really do anything like that. So it's like I've never kind of looked at it and gone, oh, I've got something that's worth 100k. Just like, meh. Read a bedtime story. Or for 100k. That's locked behind the Patreon paywall, Bevan. You draw and no, I'm very much not an artist. I have kind of thought about what I want to do. I just don't really know. Like, I would like to have something tangible, but then at the same time, it's kind of like... the ceiling for investment on Twitch when it comes to coming up with stuff of both time and kind of like money is almost endless. But it's having something that actually works that's the problem. Which currently, like, I've got plenty of time on my hands, but we can't catch the Bidoof if I would, because of dupe. Well, I guess because of Dupe's Claws, we killed it, so we can't, we missed the Bidoof, so we have to catch something else here. We have 4 Pokemon we can catch here that aren't Bidoof or Starly, so we'll see how that goes. Maybe we'll try on a different piece of grass. We'll try over here before we fight the youngster. No, it's Bidoof again. Voice clips. Maybe. Maybe. I just don't know. I just don't really know. I don't know what I want to do. That's probably part of my problem. I don't really know what I want to do. Or what direction I want to go in or anything, you know? I feel a bit lost. Is the volume good as well, or is it too loud or anything? Because I know I messed with it last time. But... who would have thought people would ever save 100k? Even 30k shocking. I have 45k for you right now, and I don't even have to spend it on. Yeah, I mean, that's true. I want to create something, though, that people have a chance to spend points on. I know, like, Wagner's always used to talk about it quite a lot when, I'd go in there and kind of talk about it, because, I have, like, 400,000 channel points in, we have changed the set as well. I have, like, 400,000 channel points in his channel. I think it's the most I've got anywhere. And if ever I mentioned it, he'd always talk about how, you know, we shouldn't have that many, because, you know, there should always be something that I want to spend it on, unless I'm saving for the big thing. It's kind of like, I want to, you know, I want to have something that people want to spend the points on. Talk about it if you want. I know Mescal would like to chat with you two about it. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know. It's going to take a while for us to find something that isn't Starly or Bidoof, I guess. But we need to find something because we can't catch these because of dupes. Come on, give us like a Shinx or something. Be amazing. Bidoof again. Go away, Bidoof. We don't want you. We already killed you once. Go away. Does mean we don't have a... Oh, no, we don't need an HM slave Pokemon, that as we used to call them. We don't need one of those. Can give us Summit. Starly again. Just double check, make sure we can get stuff from Route 202. We can get Zigzagoon, Sentret, which I guess maybe will be National Dex later on. So the only other things we can get here is Kricketot and Shinx. But we can get other stuff. So that, we can definitely get Pokemon that are not currently here. Dwebble in chat. Shinx! There we go. Let's go. 250k hand count if you're making Soul. Why do you want to make Salt, Chili? I make enough of that by playing Rainbow Six Siege. You say it like that, it's not exciting. I like I got 20 Pokeballs as well, so I have 40 now. Cool. Level up on the Starly's not bad. Plus 3 attacks, okay. No other stat boosts. Caught the Shinx. What are we calling Shinx? Anyone got a name for a Shinx? Female Shinx? Anyone got a name? Dog. Evan, you've already had your name for the day. Brewing sodium chloride. Now that's something marketing can work with. It's chemistry streams, yeah. I actually do have a cam now, to be fair. Cat. Bevan, we're not going to call it cat. I'm an Electra. A complex name. Alright. I'll leave it for a few more seconds, see if anyone else chucks anything in, and then we'll pick out what we got. Just give everyone a chance. Garfield. Garfield. If we get a Weasel, we'll call it Garfield. Because it looks a bit, you know, being orange, it looks a bit more like him. Peter Griffin. We're not calling him Peter Griffin, but... Alright, we'll go Carmen Electra. Meh. The only problem with this controller that I have is that the bloody buttons are like mismapped. They're like backwards from how I want them to be. This is the problem. Is this a normal... Let's check. Is this the same on a normal Switch thing? Because I fucked that up. No, it is the way it is. This is a greater criticism of the Nintendo Switch then instead. Why are the Y and X buttons the wrong way round? And A and B, why did they reverse the buttons on the controllers? It's so annoying. It's like natural movements on every controller I use is they're the other way round. So now we didn't even get the name on the Shinx, which I don't think we can... I don't know how we can rename it. But that's good. We just restart the playthrough already. Oh, it's an atrocious bloody thing as well. I think there's a nickname changer guy, but... Well, we've got a Shinx. Restart for better nature on the Simisear. I mean, we could restart, honestly. If we restart, I might restart. I'm kind of tempted. I don't know how we... Do we restart? I might restart. Probably auto-save, doesn't it? What a great start this has been. Yeah, I'm going to restart, actually. We'll restart the playthrough. We haven't really got very far anyway, but it'll give us a chance to redo that. Let's go back to the lab again while I do this in the background. Not a big deal whether you do or don't. I mean, we've barely done anything anyway, so I don't think it matters. System settings, isn't it? I can't actually remember. Data management? Don't actually remember how you delete saves, because some of them are different, aren't they now? Thank you for the like, Maura. I appreciate it. Delete software, check for corrupted data. Alright, we'll just move on to bloody Nuz 2 then. Nuz 2. We'll try again. I won't do a poll on the starter this time. We'll just grab whatever. We'll grab the gym jar again. Yeah. I feel like it's going to be hard to live up to the previous playthrough as well, the sword and shield. What with the, you know, high stakes stuff we had with the last one. I feel like it's going to be kind of hard to actually match the feel of the previous one. I'll take a BRB in a minute as well. I'm just going to skip through all this like intro cutscene and then I'll switch back. Kind of no point watching it. We're just getting even worse bloody nature as well. This is me. Nuz. We'll get like plus special defense or something on this one. We'll call her Mr. Cow again. As was requested by Oriel. Space or no space? No, no space. Mr. Cow. I'll skip through all this, as I say, and then when we actually get into the game properly again, then I'll switch back. Save all the boring stuff. So I should just end stream now, Kek. People get mad if I say stuff like that all the time. True though. 42 drop frames, currently running strangely at above 6,000 bit rate, which is not bad. I guess I need to start another playthrough again, don't I? On the thing. New game. Shining Pearl. Why will it not let me select it? Oh, I had to title it, that's why. Wouldn't let me do it without a title. It's kind of dumb, not gonna lie. Crack on. Back to walking again for us. I don't know if we're going to go for 3 hours or not today either, like we normally would. We'll kind of play it by ear. It's way darker than it was before as well. When you go into this house. At the Mr. Cow's house. Okay, I hardly know. I like that one, bro. Nice joke. Now what if I'm waiting? What if Mr. Cow surprised again? What if the rival just doxes you? He pulls out his... He's actually come from a Lola instead, and he pulls out his totem gumshoes and doxes you at the start of the game. That'd be an interesting twist of fate, Bevan. If you get doxed by the rival. His wonder trade worked out and he got gumshoes. He doxes you with it. You get DDoSed and then he doxes you. Kind of hilarious. Don't know why, but the font for the third message makes me think of that. No, it is similar, you're right. I mean, you're not wrong.
They tried to nail the coffin shut, but you lot just won't stay down.
No!
This is yours now!
No! No! Why are you wasting raids on me again? No! Oh my god. SMH my head. How are you, Oriole? Thank you for the raid, I appreciate it. We're kind of low energy hours in here today, so if I don't sound very enthusiastic, it's not because I don't care. I'm very happy that you raided, but I'm just kind of dead today. Good to see you though. It's a shame I couldn't stay longer in your stream, but you know, that's just the way the scheduling works at the minute. But welcome in the raiders. Hello everybody. Bevan, May, Nitty, Chili. Chili cheating on me. I see how it is. Going both streams at the same time. Unbelievable that is, mate. Oreo as well. Thank you for bringing all your friends over with you. I very much appreciate it. If you're wondering why, if you've seen this before already, if anyone's in here earlier, we restarted because we basically had a small problem near the start, so we decided to just restart the run instead because we'd only got like one catch or something. Stuff the breads down your gullet if we have to. You ain't going anywhere near my gullet, Nitty, mate. Get back. Get back. Timmy Sear, the chimchar will be renamed again soon. Both low energy? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just not super hyped up today. Or anything. I don't know. Hopefully nature's better, hopefully. We're not exclusive yet. I know, Chili. You can go wherever you want, mate. You'd be getting a better experience going in there, to be fair, anyway, watching the crochet and then me resetting a Pokemon after one encounter, so... Not a bad choice, to be fair. Yeah, thank you so much for the raid, though, Wario. You know I appreciate it a lot. You're one of the best people I met in the last year, so... You're in, like... top 2 easily. I say top 2 because it's like, it depends what you define as best people though, you know, whether you're talking about like purely stream best people, like Twitch best people, or like off stream as well, you know, because obviously we play games and stuff off stream sometimes and things. But yeah, you're out there, you're pretty special, and I appreciate the fact that I met you by pure chance. Thank you to all the people who came over in the raid as well for hanging around. Hanging out with Oreo while she did some crocheting. It's always a good time in there. Thank you for supporting a good person. You know, you've done a good thing though. Gonna strangle me? Why? I didn't say anything bad. You can't threaten me. No you, now stop making me blush. What do you mean no me? I support my parents somehow. Hey May as well, how are you? Good to see you. Thank you for coming across in the raid and supporting the homies as well. Lurking in your stream for a while earlier. You and Mono were playing Power Wash. It's always a good time. It's nice to see you online. Have we got balls yet again? Or do we have to get the sand gem again? I think we have to get the sand gem. Doing pretty good. That's what we love to see. I'm glad you're doing well. What we want to see. It's always good watching you and Mono playing together and stuff. Those Power Wash streams are always good time. Escaping the raft by doing laundry at Istan. Bevan's laundry cat, of course. Where did you first find that, Bevan, as well? That's what I want to know. Where did you find that gift? We did the big shout as well. Do exclamation mark. Oreo, wasn't it? There we go. I'll do a There we go. Chuck those out there. Cheeky shout outs there. Why not? You guys deserve them. Yeah, thank you so much for the raid though. I appreciate it. I know I don't sound like it, but I do really appreciate it. You know that. Didn't hear if you asked for the shoutouts. Oh no, I didn't, Chili mate. It's alright. Don't worry about it. I just decided to do them again as an extra one. I didn't ask for them, mate. Don't worry about it. You're doing a good job, my dude. Oh, cat laundry, yeah. If anyone was in here earlier as well before the raid, no, you haven't seen this before. This is the first time we're calling this Chimchar Simisia. This is the first time, alright? No one asks questions. Mr. Cow is our rival as well, as requested by who you expect requested that name. How did the rest of your crocheting go as well? I forgot to ask. Look at me being a bad streamer. I'll let myself off just this once because I've only been back for like 3 hours after being off for 3 weeks. But how was the rest of the crocheting? I can't even think at the minute. Skip through all this. First time, so the immersion's intact. Well, there we go. I wouldn't want to break the immersion, you know. Super immersive stream that I've always had here. I've always had a super immersive stream here. That's what we're going for. We can get 2 captures before we get out of Sand Gem Town as well, so we'll go backwards from where we are now and we'll hit up Verity Lakefront, and then we'll get Route 201 again. So again, I'm gonna be at your doorstep tomorrow morning. That's speculative to be there in time, to be fair. It's good though. We've got the cactus done and started on the pot. I'll have to see it later on. You'll have to well, either, you know, keep the VOD or give me a picture of it or something. I really want to see it. Those crochet streams are really good. That's a really good idea you've got there. Those like practical streams, if you know what I mean. They work really well. I don't know if anyone was there yesterday, but just like a little mini shout out. I know he's not here at the minute. Everyone was in Forks' stream yesterday as well. Forks' whole stream yesterday was something that people had like requested, which was he did a stream where he was doing maintenance on the what would you do? What is the actual official term for the type of machine? But the Olympia that he has is like ice maintenance machine. I know it's called the Olympia, but that's like the model, isn't it? As opposed to the actual vehicle itself. But it's like the vehicle that they use to maintain ice ice resurfacing, yeah. And he was doing maintenance on it and changing the blades and stuff, and it was really interesting. Like, those type of practical streams are really interesting. It's kind of the same with the crochet stuff. It's like, there's something about them. They're just satisfying to watch. Thank you for the lurk, Doc. I appreciate it, my dude. Or for the peak, anyway. Not necessarily the lurk. Thank you for that. Gotta ask the sussy man. Yeah, the Olympia, and then I wrongly referred to it before as the Zamboni, didn't I? Which, you know, I got corrected on. I've got to use the correct terminology. But yeah, the ice resurfacing stuff was really interesting. I mean, you gave me the idea. Wait, which idea? I gave you the idea for what? I'm confused. Nah, fuck that guy, Corliss. I'm pony. Just to annoy folks. What are we getting? Are we going to get a Starly again? I mean, for the first time. It's a Bidoof! We're not getting a Starly on first catch this time. Gen 3 is the only generation of Pokemon we canonically have a father. It's true. I'm not going to... We can't use Ember this time either, which is nice. So if anyone wants... Part of the reason why we reset the first time was because we had 2 encounters. We had a Starly and a Bidoof. Starly went well and we caught it, and then we went into Bidoof and we used Ember, critical hitted it, and one-shotted it. So we decided that we were going to restart a little bit after that. Oh, we didn't pick up the balls! Alright, Nuzlocke hasn't started, so the rules are... We don't have to worry about the rules yet. So this is fine if we run away. Everybody knows... Well, I say everybody knows. The rules for the Nuzlocke dictate that the Nuzlocke doesn't start until you're able to catch Pokemon or have Pokeballs. So we can run through here and encounter whatever we want, kill whatever we want, do all that, run away. These won't count as actual encounters because we don't have Pokeballs yet. As you can see here. If we had Pokeballs, then we would have had to have gone for the catch there on the Bidoof, but... Do we show the nature yet? Not yet, but we're going to wait. It's a surprise. It'll be terrible. Crocheting on stream. Was that my idea? I don't know if it was, to be honest. I'll go grab the balls and then I'll check the nature. I was going to take a BRB, but I'll give it a few minutes yet. Swear to God, Bevan, if it's bold-natured again, I'm going to be mad. Selling the cows? I mean, I guess. I don't know. I don't really remember. I know that's odd, me not remembering something, because I usually do. But... like my memory's not been great recently. My immortal memory of remembering all kinds of small details has not been great recently. Hacking the game to make it jolly. Jolly Inferno, that should be okay. As long as we get an attack boost, that'll be okay. I don't mind anything else. I mean, speed and attack is kind of what we want to boost in without getting a negative in either. Bidoof again. Yeah, I'm glad your cactus worked out well though. It looks really good. I really like the that cactus. When you said to me about it, I was kind of intrigued by the idea. And I thought it'd look really cool. And it does. So, yeah. I'm glad you did it, though. The crochet streams, just in general, are really cool. There's a crit. They're a good idea. It's something different as well, isn't it? I feel like, you know, a lot of people have, like, little niche streams and things they do, where they do little different things, say, like, forks or singing streams and stuff like that. You know, the crocheting stuff. Versus, which kind of sets you apart from a lot of the other people which just do, you know, the standard gaming or whatever. So it's kind of nice to have a point of difference, I suppose, compared to other people. What do we reckon, judging from that nature right there? It looks like we might have just got minus defense. Have we got minus defense plus attack or plus special attack? If I can remember, every time you get an encounter, you have to restart from the last save. How would that work, Bevan? You'd never complete the game. What we call him Bidoof as well. Anyone got a name for Bidoof? Do you want a cactus too, Cactus Flasher? I don't want to make you do any extra work. So, how much I would love a cactus, I won't be requesting one at this time, because I don't want you to have to work on that whilst doing your other crochet stuff as well. Rattata. Are we just going to call them all the wrong Pokemon names? Is that what this is going to be? Oh, fucking B button again. Or we'll rename it Rattata when we get her. The fucking button mapping is so bad. I hate the fact that a Switch controller is the wrong way around. When we find the move rater guy, though, we'll change that name. That's twice we've done that now, though.
They tried to nail the coffin shut, but you lot just won't stay down. This is yours now.
Double raid. Oh my god. Hello, raiders. Welcome in. Hello, everybody. Thank you very much for the raid, Olby. Chili, can you hop on the shout out for me, please? How are you? How be things? I love that emote. That's great. Little bouncing. It's good. Good little emote, little bong. How are you, Olby? What are you up to? I didn't actually see you on. You must have snuck on without me noticing. You're the new mod. Doing a good job, to be fair, Bevan, mate. You're looking to get a promotion soon, mate. Sneaking in and doing a good job while Fork's in here. He's off enjoying himself on his days off, isn't he? Playing Sims and got sleepy, so I'm gonna take a nap. It's a good thing to do, isn't it? Go take a nice little nap. I appreciate you popping in, saying hi, coming in with a raid. Thank you very much for that. You gotta make sure you do some post-stream self-care stuff though and go get good old sleeping. I very much appreciate it though. Thank you very much. Very kind of you for thinking of me and sending your community my way. I'll do a big shout out as well. We can't do that, can we? With Bevan, so do a big shout out. Here we go. There we go. Yeah, welcome in raiders as well to everyone who came in. We're doing a Nuzlocke in Pokemon. If anyone doesn't know what a Nuzlocke is, basically means we can only catch the first Pokemon we find on each route. And if a Pokemon gets knocked out, they are considered dead. So it's a high stakes playthrough, you know? Here we go. Starly's name. What's Starly's completely wrong Pokemon name going to be? So we've had Simisear, Rattata, which we need to rename the Bidoof for. What are we going to call Starly? Oh yeah, Burb. We need to call it Burb again, don't we? Because it was called Burb the first time. Good job there, Bum. This is true. We had it called Burb in the first playthrough, so we need to call it Burb again. I mean, not the first playthrough because we didn't restart. Definitely not. It had to be Burb. Thank you for that, Bum. I completely forgot, to be honest. Yeah, thank you so much for the raid, though, Obi. You go rest up and have a nice little nap. Wish my BRB back again as well. The move does anyone know where the nickname guy is? The move rater guy in Sinnoh. Can someone look it up? Oh yeah, we need to look at the natures as well. We'll look at Burb first. Docile. Okay. This was Route 201's catch, was Pidgey. Burb. Captured. Docile. Neutral natured. That's okay. Worky Bidoof. Alright. Rattata. Captured the Rattata. What is it? Quirky. Which is also neutral natured. Okay. If we actually got 3 neutral natured, that would be insane. Quiet. Isn't neutral. What is quiet? Plus special attack minus speed? That's okay. That's alright as a nature. It's not great because the minus speed, but I can close my own tab now as well. Could be worse. This is true. Did one of you bet your left nut on the fact that it was going to be a good nature or something? What is this? Still EV it to be speeded. We could, yeah. Or we could just get, you know, pump it full of carboses and that later on if we get any and things. Or we can specifically try and EV train on wild Pokemon. We'll figure something out. This is Rattata for the sake of the playthrough right now, though. Chip it to you. God. Better than bold? Yeah, you're not wrong. Yeah. I say it's going to be hard to reach the heights of the previous Nuzlocke though with the clutch ending that we had, so it's going to be interesting to see if we can match it. It was a big old clutch out of nowhere, you know? Music in this game as well. Big fan. Classic themes of Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. Especially the Cynthia fight at the end. That's going to be a real pain in the ass as well. It'll be interesting to see how that goes. I feel like we might struggle with Cynthia unless we get a really strong team. We're going to have to build for Cynthia miles before, because otherwise we're going to struggle. So. Cynthia fight at the end will be a heart-wrenching fight. Oh, it will be. I mean, the previous one in the regular Nuzlocke was an interesting fight. I am kind of scared about the Cynthia fight, though, not gonna lie. Let's get through all this. Now we're about where we were last time. We have the same 2 Pokemon as well, so Route 202, we basically have 50-50 of getting Shinx or Kricketot. Kricketot will actually be okay in Gym 1 and... well, Gym 2 will be good. Gym 1 will be kind of trash. So Dupe's Claws, so we can't catch the Starly because we already have one. So we have to either kill it or move on. And then we can have another chance to catch another Pokemon. Well, in this case, we're just going to run. But yeah, we can't catch the same Pokemon twice. We also can't use items in battle. I also need to change the settings to be set battle and fast tech speed. The set battle, part of the other rules of the Nuzlocke mean that we cannot switch. Every Pokemon has to be named, so we gain a bit more of an attachment to them, so if they do die, it hurts more. So, except for Bidoof, which we messed up when we were typing it out, so we end up cancelling the name, but that will be called Rattata. We've got Burb, Rattata, and Simisear, the misnamed Chimchar. Got to change the window. Oh yeah, well I could change. I'll change the window back to green as well. But yeah, everything has to be on set battle as well to make sure that we cannot switch between fights. That's kind of a personal one that I put in there. We also have where is it? Change window. There it is. Personally, I choose to have no items allowed in battle as well. So we're not allowed to use healing or anything like that during a battle. We're only allowed to heal between or use moves that heal us during the battle. We're not allowed to actually heal ourselves using items. So it's fairly simple. There's also a level cap in place, so we cannot over-level past the strongest Pokemon that a person, the next gym leader has. So in the case of the first one, which we have, we're fighting against Rourke. Rourke has a Cranidos that is level 14, so level 14 is the highest we can level up a Pokemon to before we fight Rourke. And then when we take the fight against him, the level cap moves on to the next gym leader, basically. I don't want to go for the... I'm too scared to go for the Ember because of what happened before. I'm going to go for a Pokeball straight away on the Shinx. We'll call it Carmen Electra like we were going to last time, which Mora wanted to call it. So we'll go for Carmen Electra. I also love how my little chibi head completely blocks the Pokeball symbol, so you can't see how many we have. There's a complete mystery to everyone in chat. Kind of love that. No one knows. Nobody knows how many Pokeballs we have left. Kind of like it that way, though, you know? There's our third Pokemon, though. We have a level 7 Chimchar. Alright. We're going to make sure this time we definitely do not mess this up with the name. I mean, it is a male Shinx, but still. Oh, we can't have it. It's too big. No, the name's too long. All right, we can't do it. And it backed out as well when we removed the name. I love that. Never mind. We'll rename the Shinx when we get there again then. For fuck's sake. Oh, this game's trolling me right now. All right, youngster. Let's have a go at this guy. Lucky spins before we go in so we can get murked even quicker than normal. Do we have 2? Do we have 87? We'll never know. Yeah, no one knows. We actually have about 40 Pokeballs right now. We could call Shinx Electrike as a as an alternate. Now is when we need the crit. Bloody Simisear, mate. It's going to feel so weird calling him Simisear as well because the name's completely wrong. About 50% on the HP. One more might leave Starly with a sliver. Growl doesn't matter. We are a special attack boost in nature, so Ember being a special attacking move means we will get more damage out of it with our Chimchar. It's kind of useful, I guess. Nice. Maybe we wouldn't have two-shotted Starly if we didn't have a plus special attack nature. I don't know. Nice couple of levels up there on Burb and Rattata the Bidoof, who we haven't changed yet. Defense Curl, actually not complete trash in this game either. We need to check Shinx's thing as well, don't we? Youngster Tristan. Get out of it, kid. Shinx, I need to add him to the Nuzlocke sheet. Shinx. Route 202. Shinx. We'll call it Electrike for now. Captured. Status. We need to check his nature. Oh, we were also talking before the raid came in. Naive. Is that... I don't actually remember what Naive is. I don't remember what all the natures are, to be honest. Naive. Increased speed minus special defense. That's not bad, to be honest. Shinx is going to be really useful, because when we fight against Mr. Cow, otherwise known as Barry, a bit later on, Shinx just rips his whole team, because it's Piplup and Starly. So he just gets absolutely ripped. That's what I want. Nice though. We got a naive Shinx. Sea-Trike. We could call it Sea-Trike. I'll do it when I get the chance. Has anyone looked up where the move not move ruler, the nickname rater guy is? Where you can change your nicknames? Has anyone looked up where that is in Gen 4? I think he's in a Pokemon Center somewhere, but I might be wrong. Thank you. Yeah, I'd appreciate it if someone could look it up for me. Just so I know how long it is before we have to put them down. Someone, if we want, what we'll do is... if we have a list of names that we have, just so we don't forget, if you want to, you can put them in the stream suggestions channel on the Discord. If you want to. It's up to you, though. If someone wants to do that, feel free, just so we don't forget. Eterna. Okay, that's not that far, then. Well, we can power through Gym 1, because if we get Chimchar up to level 12, was it like Bevan said, we get Power Up Punch, so we can just rip through Roxol Gym. Probably. Thundershock on the Shinx, so the fight against Barry is now just for freebie. The only problem we have is, in our current situation here with this team, we literally have nothing to do with Roxol team, basically. We will have Power Up Punch on Chimchar, but that's, you know, not entirely useful against rock. Well, it's useful when we get it, but a fire type using a fighting type move against rock types, it's asking for trouble, really. We don't want to get Chimchar knocked out, so we're going to have to be very careful during this playthrough, because I'm thinking already that Shinx is going to be a big player here for Gym 4. Gym 3, Lucario is going to get murked by Simisear, so we don't have to worry about that too much. Gym 2 is going to get wiped by Simisear as well. That should be a complete freebie. Then we've got Gym 3. Yeah, Gym 3 and Maylene. Gym 1 is kind of going to be not tough, but it should be kind of awkward. If we can get our own Geodude, that would be nice, because we can use it as setup fodder. What else can we get before next? So we can get Route 203. We can get a bit of variation on Route 203. We could potentially catch a Magikarp. I don't think we have a Rod yet. Minus attack from the Intimidate as well. Of course, there's the benefit of having a special attacking Chimchar, is it means that we aren't necessarily going to get hit by minus attacking Intimidates and stuff. So that's always quite nice. Hi Dev, how are you? It's going okay. Going okay. My second stream, but I guess first official stream back in 3 weeks, because last one was technically a test stream, but first like proper stream back in like 3 weeks. It's alright. It's alright. How are you, my dude? I think I'll probably get to... I'll get through the next like couple of routes, and then I'll probably go get my drink and have my BRB. Did you beat your provider? No. Person, so the long story short with that is the person came out and said he couldn't find an actual problem with it. Apparently. But what he did say is that anyway, he was just going to get a new router, so... yeah. I don't know, it was weird though, because he whipped out his, like, his testing stuff. His speed testing app. Right, and he whipped it out, and he did a Wi-Fi test in the room where I am now, where I have all my stream stuff, right? Which, keep in mind, my download speed should be about 350 to 400 megabits per second down, right? About 350 to 400. Now up here, when I stream and stuff, if I did well, I can't do a Wi-Fi test on my PC right now because I don't have a Wi-Fi card, but if I did it on like a tablet or something right now, based on the Wi-Fi signal, I'll get something like 25, 30 down, right? So it's horrific compared to what it should be. He fucking walks in here, chucks it on his thing, and he gets 350. And it's like, how? Tell me how you got 350. Because it just doesn't happen, my guy. Like, that's just a lie. Like, you don't get 350 in here.
I can't believe what I'm seeing.
It's bullshit. Thank you for the resub in the middle of that the middle of the rant. Thank you very much for the resub. Whole year as well, 12 months. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. Thank you for the support over the 12 months. Really appreciate it. We're just ranting about my ISP. Yeah, thank you for the resub. The Shax rant. We could have done with like Shax being really angry, couldn't we? In perfect timing there. I can't believe what I'm seeing. I suppose it does work with the wording as well of I can't believe what I'm seeing with the ISP fucking around. But yeah, so he came out, did that, and then he said, I can't find any problems with it. Then he said that the system I was using for getting Ethernet up into my PC was terrible, apparently, and then said you should buy this like 80-odd quid mesh network shit, which I don't know if I will bother or not. And he said, I'll get you a new router though, because the one you have is fucking god awful that they gave you. You know, the ISP gave. So he's like, I'll get you a better one. And then he said, that was about 2 weeks ago, and he said he was off for the whole of the next week, and that he would pop around sometime this week, and he would switch it over in a few seconds. So, but he hasn't turned up yet, nor have I heard anything from him, so, yeah. I'll probably get on their ass about it again, and then they'll fucking do something for once. So yeah, long story short is my internet actually isn't fixed at all. It's just sort of become more stable again, hence why I'm streaming. He didn't recommend you a mesh. He did, Chili, he did. He also, the interesting thing as well was when he was recommending all the stuff is I was like, yeah, I don't have a Wi-Fi card either. So, you know, wouldn't it just be easier to put a full Ethernet cable from the router straight up here? And he was like, no, use the mesh. And I'm like, okay, but I think that's complete bullshit. Yeah, you work in like internet installation and stuff, don't you though, Chili? I love it though, how we all come together to rant about ISP stuff. Hi, Shiny as well. I was a little distracted in the rant there. But thank you for popping in. And Forks, welcome in, Forks, mate. It's good to see you. Should make screenshots when you test your net and show them with the time and date. I was going to, but I didn't have my PC on. He was only here for like 5 minutes. But I did that last time when I sent them the ticket the first time saying it was fucked. I attached the screenshots of the last month's worth of speed tests that I did twice a day. Where it was this, you remember when, does anyone remember when I first switched to PC streaming? And for like the first week, it was at about the time when I switched to PC streaming, I was having issues with internet at the same time because I just switched providers. And I had like a weird situation where it would randomly go to like 10% of the speed it should be for like an hour or two and then would come back. I don't know if anyone remembers that. That was a long time ago. This was before we even had overlays and stuff. This was after saying Siege
Remind me
still.
to bring you along the
Bevan!
next time I feel like brawling.
Why? Don't give me bits. Don't pay money to this channel, Bevan. You're wasting your money. Thank you for setting off the alert, though. I always like listening to Lord Shack's voice lines. What colour is it? What do you mean, what colour is it? What colour's what, Bevan? What are you asking? Thank you for the 100 bits, though, Bevan. I appreciate it, my dude. Help you out if you're looking for new gear. I'll see what happens, first of all. I'll wait for the router to turn up. If nothing happens, then I'll probably just sort it out myself. But I'll keep it in mind, though, Chili, mate. If I need to get hold of you. Can run a spiral
Remind
the washer
me to
and talk
bring
about
you along the
internet
next
stuff.
time
Bevan,
I feel
stop.
like brawling.
Oh my god, what a line, Bevan. Why are you wasting 100 bits to say that in chat? My god. I question, Bevan, why you do the things you do sometimes. Always happy to catch Nox streams. Unfortunately, can't stay long, but I love you and the silly community very much. Stay golden. We'll try. We'll try, Shiny. We'll try. I'll try and keep him in check, you know. I appreciate you popping in, though. Thank you for saying hi. And whatever it is you're up to, you take it easy and have a good one. Thank you, Bevan, for the 200 bits, my dude. It means a lot. I'm going to take... While I'm sort of sat here not doing anything, I'm going to take my BRB real quick. I'll keep the Juba Life City music going in the background. But I'll take my BRB now, and then I'll be back. So I'll be back in, like, a minute. Yeah. BRB. I don't know, Chili, but I'm assuming I won't have to pay. I don't know. We'll see. If I do, I'll be a little pissed, to be honest. Nor do I really want to spend money right now, because I don't really have any money to spend. Anyway, Yubby, I'll be back in like 1 minute. Or 2 minutes. Everyone go take a stretch and do all that as well. Take a stretch, have a drink. Get a snack. Take a nap if you're not already asleep from the riveting gameplay. I had to get one of those in, didn't I? I had to get a little jab at myself in there. Is it really one of my streams if I don't take the opportunity to make one of those comments every 5 minutes? Be real. Thank you for that, Bevan. Alright, I'll be back after my break. Right, Brim. Crucifies me before I get back. I'm back. I know you all didn't miss me. I mean, miss me. Someone's going to get mad about me saying that, aren't they? Who's going to be the first to be annoyed by that comment? Hi back, I'm Bevan. Hi back. Hi Bevan. Say both of them instead. As in the UK, it's hard to tell here, but I can just scream at them and they'll fix it. I mean, it's... Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens, whether changing the router makes a difference. Hopefully it does. We'll see. Could be broken cable, bad config. This is another thing, actually, that I found out. Because I know we've talked about this before. Should we go back into the Dark Ages for a minute? So, because of the year in which the house that I live in was built... So obviously you know how internet cables work. They run a central cable, you know, down like the street, and then there are branching cables off to people's houses, you know? As they work. Mine doesn't have a fiber cable. Because of when my house was built and they've never bothered upgrading it, mine still has a copper core cable. It's probably part of the reason why I get so many internet issues, is because I don't have a fucking fiber cable. There's a fiber cable that runs down the street, right? And then the cable that runs from the street to my house is a copper cable. Because they never bothered doing that. That probably is part of the reason why there's so many problems. It's because it's not even a fiber cable. That also probably explains part of the reason why I never get anywhere near the speed that I'm advertised as well. But yeah, so I found that out recently. It's a copper cable instead. That's probably part of the reason why I'm having problems as well. Castle instead of a house. I mean, you know. That's why the speed isn't as fast as it should be. That's part of it, yeah. I mean, the router in itself is not very powerful considering the size of the house as well. So, I mean, that's probably part of the problem. In terms of the Wi-Fi end, not that I use that anymore anyway. I remember when I used to stream on Wi-Fi back in the Xbox days. That was terrible, wasn't it? I used to have those random, like, cutouts where the stream would just die and then come back. It was great. Back in the days where I used to play, like, Siege all the time on stream. God, those were bad days. No one wants to watch me play Siege now. I'm washed. To be fair, I say that I got 1.3 KD this season, so I mean... Last season. I was actually not doing too badly. Dark days indeed, you know. Good to see everybody, though. Good to see you all today. And last time as well. Obviously, you know... I talked about this a bit earlier again, but... while I was off on my 3-week break from internet being dead and not being able to stream, I was considering whether I was going to come back at all. It was kind of nice to, you know, come back and people actually wanted me back. Oh, we can't go there, can we? The Abra is in this bloody building as well in the trainer school, so we'll go in there and fight them at some point, but we need to make sure we get ready for that fight, because that Abra is nasty. Gonna call it a night? Oh, that's the classic, almost British move of you there, Nitty. The old, the thigh slap or knee slap and then saying right and then getting up to go. I like that. I like that there, Nitty. Who was it I was talking about this with the other day? Was it Oreo during your birthday stream? We talked about this when I was about to go. It's like literally every person you meet in the world who's... Particularly the English. I'm not too sure about the Welsh, Scots and the Irish, but the English anyway. If they're about to, like... They've been sat in your house or whatever, you know, they came over and they're about to leave. They always slap their hand down on their leg and they go, right, I better get going. Or something like that. But they always do it if they're sat down. Slap the leg and then they get up. Right? Nitty's just done that, basically. I respect that. Making me feel at home. It is true, Bevan. It's true. Head's starting to hurt. I haven't slept properly. Hope you have a good stream, Nox. Or great stream. Even great stream. Better word, that is. You have a go on there, Nitty. Take it easy, mate. You have a good night. We'll see you around. I'll see you next week or in somebody else's stream, because this is my last stream of the week, so... Because I was only doing one effectively this week. So I might see you on Saturday, though. If anyone pops in to see me and Oriole playing a new game. Oh, this is the Rod. Nice. Get the old Rod. Yeah. Of course we want you back, noob. Why you call me a fucking noob, Batman? Come on, man. I don't want tips on fishing. But yeah, no, I considered for a while whether it was like worth coming back or anything. Or whether people wanted me back and things like that. I don't know. We could get a catch here if we want. I mean, Route 218. Where is that in the game we can get a catch on 218? It's late on, isn't it? 218 would be after Gym 5 and Fantina. I think we're actually going to catch something late on there. So we could get a Magikarp and like breeze the early game, but these are the options of stuff we could catch on that route at the other end later on when we're on the way to fight Byron. So we could get later on, if we go there later on, Tentacruel or Tentacool, Voltorb, Magikarp, Gyarados, Ditto, Wingull, Pelipper, Floatzel, Shellos, Gastrodon, Glameow, Finneon, or Luminion. So I think we're going to skip this encounter and come back to it later when we're actually in a position to get it. So we're going to skip this one for now, even though we picked up the old rod. We'll come back to this one. We've already got 4 encounters. Chimchar should be able to carry us through the gym, I'm hoping. Although I'm very scared that Krenados is going to one-shot us, but we'll see. With its 120 base attack. I need to look at the TWAB as well, this week at Bungie at some point soon. Find out about the new details for the new raid, the Route of Nightmares. Not that anyone here in here is really a D2 player. If anyone's interested, the new raid for the new expansion comes out tomorrow called the Route of Nightmares. So yeah, there'll be a world's first raid race. That'd be cool as always. You are a noob until you join my squad BCB, you still noob. Okay, Bum. Don't make me bring up the KD again, Bum. I can't even say that because like you can just bring up the rank anyway. You were in plat last season, I was in silver. Albeit you did play in a stack versus me playing in a duo, so I do have a disadvantage, but I think like I fully admit, Bevan, you're a better Siege player than me. We have different elements where we're better than each other. Aim-wise, you're probably better than me. Game sense map knowledge is kind of hard to determine. I kind of pride myself on game sense map knowledge. And like support stuff and that. I don't know, but it's like you definitely are a better player than me. I'd say, Bevan. You have a better all-around skill set than I do. Friends want to run it? Well, they want to run Route of Nightmares. Good luck with that, Chili, mate. It's going to be a torrid time, I suspect. If it's anything like normal... all I'm thinking is, I look at it and I kind of thought that myself. I was like, do I want to try and do Route of Nightmares? Well, that would be fun, wouldn't it? Play the new raid. And then I went, what was the last raid we got? Other than King's 4. We got Vow of the Disciple. Right, Vow of the Disciple with the previous expansion, Witch Queen. How complicated was Vow of the Disciple on day 1 to figure out? And I'm like, yeah, I can't be doing with that. I just push that to the side. I'll just watch people do it on day 1. And then when people know how to do it, that's when I'll go and do the raid. And by that, I mean, I'll never do it because I don't have a squad. So I'll never end up doing it anyway. We'll give up after 2 tries. 2 tries, you won't be able to figure out... Like, you won't be able to figure out the mechanics, probably, and you'll give up pretty soon. That's what usually happens in day 1 raids. No one can figure out the mechanics. You don't really know what you're doing. So you watch one of the streams of the people who've already done it, steal the strats, give it a go, find out it's too hard because it's contest mode, and give up and try it again next week. Chili and Nox raid runs when? I mean, we could, honestly. We need to find a team. Don't get kills, I do calls. I get kills sometimes. None of us finished the campaign yet. Have you not? Oh, which one of these is the Abra? One of these is the Abra child, and I don't know. I'm scared. Or are they both Abras? I'm scared. One of these is the Abra child, and I'm terrified of them. But yeah, the only thing that like prompted me to think about the raids thingy anyway was my brother, who's also a streamer. He was streaming... Funny enough you say that, Chili. He was streaming Vault of Glass the other day when he was doing Destiny. Right, and I saw it. Oh, it's the Charge Beam Abra. I saw it, and I was like, there ain't no way. And I went in there. And the first thing I said in chat was, there ain't no way you're going to complete a raid before me. And I just had that moment of kind of existential crisis where I just went, there's no way that my brother, who is like the non-D2 player, is actually going to finish a raid before me, surely. Uh-oh. I don't know if we can afford to take the thing here, so we might have to switch into the Shinx and eat the Charge Beam. Fawn will ask me to play Gambit. Gambit's not that bad, to be fair. I'm scared we might lose this fight. Oh my god. I think we're going to lose this fight to Abra. I made a misplay. I made a misplay. Oh, we might have to sack some. I think I've made a misplay. I might have to sack Bidoof already. I'm gonna have to sack Bidoof. Yeah, I have to sack Bidoof. He's the least useful member of the team. I have to sack him. Unless he misses charge beam. It's too strong. Oh, we get the dodge on the charge beam. Bidoof might make it with a tackle. Come on. Live. Yes. Clutch from Bidoof. Yes. Rattata pulls through with a massive tackle. Honestly, the second I made that misplay switch then into the Shinx, I thought we were fucked. There's no way we should have gotten away with that. So, what I was the problem there was that he boosted up with Charge Beam too much, so he became too strong in his special attack, because Abra is actually fairly strong anyway. Like, special attacking-wise, Abra is pretty dangerous. And the Charge Beam obviously gives him a special attack boost each time. So I was banking on the fact that I could get Shinx in with a switch, hit the not very effective electric on electric type attack, so I could eat the shot from Shinx, with Shinx, and then I could go for a tackle or something. But obviously that wouldn't have happened because he would have outsped me and killed me. Abra's pretty fast as well, so he actually outspeeds Chimchar, so we got to be careful. And then when I realized we were dead, what I needed to do, because I was thinking the only way we can beat it is by outspeeding, otherwise he's going to one-shot everyone. I needed to make a switch, so I was going to sacrifice Bidoof to bring in Starly. Starly would have then let us go in and quick attack the Abra, so we could have knocked Abra out. But we were in trouble, basically, if we couldn't get the switch off the burb, so we were going to have to sack something. Does this one have Abra as well? I'm scared this is going to be another Abra. Please don't be another one. I can't remember. Oh no. Not again. Abra's regular defense is pitiful, isn't it? Should we go for a scratch instead? We need to have a look at Abra on its stats here. We're actually having to have a look at Abra's stats. Defense 15, special defense 55. So I think it's best probably here to go with a scratch instead of an Ember. We're going to go with a scratch. Abra, yeah. We know we can take 2 charge beams unless he crits, so we can at least take 1 or 2 hits. Provided we don't get paralyzed anyway. Okay, scratch is the play. We should win this, because even with a crit, we should be fine. Nice. That was way less stressful than it was when we did that with Piplup and the first fight. See, Abra's dangerous. If we got an Abra as one of our captures, that would be really nice. We can't evolve it, but still. Kabeva, Knifeorn, Mistcow, so that's 4 already. It is true. The only problem, though, is with that Chili, is it's quite hard sometimes. Well, I feel like you need good experience in the group, don't you? You need a good mix of experience and people who've never done it before. So you've got to make sure that there's at least one person to buddy up with everyone who's not too sure what they're doing in raids. Otherwise, it can be really difficult. Because obviously, you don't want to go in there and, like, do, I don't know, Vogue and be like, right, we're into oracles. Everybody know what they're doing? Good, let's go. And then you start doing oracles and someone has no idea what they're doing. You don't want to leave them on their own. So you want to make sure that everyone's got, like, a buddy. So, you know, you need, like, probably three players who know what they're doing in Vogue to 3 players who don't to make it work. But, yeah, I mean, we could eventually figure something out and do a bit of a stream meme team for raids. Just doing it for fun more than anything. I'd love to complete some raids because I haven't done them for so long. I mean, like, no one's going to know what any of this means. This will just sound like random jargony stuff to you, probably, because no one really knows much in here about D2 history. There's no one in here really other than Chili is like a D2 player. But the last raid I did in Destiny 2 was Scourge of the Past. So it was a long time ago. Oh, I wasn't even looking. I just spam clicked. But Scourge of the Past was the last raid I did, which must have been in about 2020. So it's probably 3 years ago, my last raid. Before Scourge of the Past, I did Leviathan and Eater of Worlds. So I did 3 raids during D2. I did Leviathan multiple times. I think I only ever finished Eater of Worlds once. But, yeah. So my raid experience in D2 isn't that much. D1, I did loads. Destiny 1, I did Vault of Glass probably 20, 30 times. Crota, I ran multiple times. I think I soloed Crota once as well. Because it was a bit of a meme and it was quite easy. So I'm pretty sure I soloed Crota's End. King's Fall I ran through. The only one I didn't do in Destiny 1 was Wrath of the Machine. The rest of them I'd all done multiple times. Tried Leviathan multiple times. Leviathan was actually like vaguely difficult if you were a newer D2 player, mainly because it wasn't boss encounters, it was puzzles. Or puzzle encounters. So some of them were a bit of a pain. Like, I mean, first encounter, like, depending on the rotation that you got in the week, Baths was really easy. And it was the easiest encounter out of all of them. Then you had, what, the Dogs, which was difficult at the time, but became very easy over time because of debuffing and stuff. Then you had, the Gauntlet, which required the actual coordination. This will be our next encounter as well. It's Badoo! A clutch for the next gym. It's our clutch crutch. What we got here. We need to catch this Badoo. This thing's actually going to be a crutch for us, though. I'm scared. I don't want to scratch it, really, with... I think I might switch into... Shinx? Yeah, I'm going to switch to Shinx. Just tell me what to do and I got it. We can run through it. It'll be okay. Done with puzzles. I got it, no problem. Can do any raid. It's... Well, I feel like it's easy. It's kind of just like call-outs and stuff in Levi that was the problem. Or Levy. Because you had the weird thing where a lot of it was based around what you didn't call out as opposed to what you did. One of the weird mechanics in Leviathan was there was a lot of situations where you had to activate buttons and stuff, but you would activate the ones that weren't called out. So there'd be like a 3x3 grid, like a dial pad. And you would have to call out which, which row had this particular like orb thing in that you had to jump through and grab. And then the other people on the outside would have to shoot like the top and bottom row buttons. As opposed to the middle one. It was weird stuff with Leviathan. They were kind of a pain. There was a lot of call-outs, a lot of stuff like that. Some of the other raids are a lot more simple. Vault of Glass was fairly simple to breeze through. New Vogue, I don't think is much different. I mean, Confluxes is kind of a piece of cake, to be honest. It's just killing enemies. And you don't even have the excuse now of not having anti-champion stuff, because it literally switches it on for you. Anyone want to name Badoo as well? Do we have another grass type we want to call it that's completely the wrong name? Or anyone want a name for Badoo? What did we call Rose Raid in the other playthrough? I can't remember. Thorn, wasn't it? I think we called Rose Raid in the Sword and Shield. Anyway, then. I'll stop talking about raids now. Evan, I'm not going to call it that. Krogunk. Could call it Krogunk. There's not that many grass types in this gen either, is there? Or Oddish. Weeping Bell. I'll give it another minute, see if anyone else wants to chuck another suggestion in. And we'll pick from what we got. Oddish, probably better. Krogunk and Oddish, we got the two at the minute to toss it up between. What are you feeling, Krogunk or Oddish? I like the music as well. It's like sitting here and just vibing with the Pokemon music, you know? Alright, we'll go Oddish. Oddish the Badoo. Give it a hydrate stretch as well. We are sit properly again. Do we want to fight this person on 204? Oh, I need to add Oddish onto the team list as well. Level 4 Oddish. Female Oddish as well. We got a lot of female Pokemon here. It's calm-natured. That's not terrible for Roserade if we evolve it, but... We could have gotten an Abra there, though, so... Captured, what did we say it was? Arm. Increased special defense, minus. Tank. Not terrible. I mean, Roserade is probably more of a special attacker. So that's okay. Not particularly concerned about that one. I'm okay with that. Oddish as well actually will sort of come in clutch as well, mainly because we should have Absorb on it. So not only will it be useful from the aspect of, I think, its own health regen, it'll also be super effective in the next gym. That being said, it'll probably still get absolutely run over by Cranidos, so we've got to make sure that we train it up on some Geodudes and stuff. We will have a chance to catch some other stuff before we get in there as well. So we do have 2 more catches before we get into the gym with Rourke, so... We will have to do some grinding as well. Actually, we need to go up, don't we? We can't go to the right, because it's the way to... No, we can go to the right. Never mind. Route to... Oh, God. Rival. I need to switch to Shinx. No! Alright, we'll switch to Shinx in first turn. And then we'll just run through his team with Thundershock. Mr. Cow is fighting us. Not Mr. Cow. What are we going to do? It's going to be quick attack out of Starly, then. I could probably beat him with Simisear, but I might just switch to Shinx for the XP. Level 7. Wow. Come on, Mr. Shinx. Let's go. Shinx the Electrike, who we haven't named yet. 6 damage. It's kind of annoying. I'm hoping this will do 50% or more. We are in kind of crit range, so we got to watch out. Paralysis. Nice, we should outspeed now. I'm going to switch, though, if he goes to Piplup, I think. Prize game is Destiny, isn't it? How did you know, Chile? How did you know? Charge from Shinx. Nice. Bidoof up to level 7. 69 XP gained on the Shinx as well. Funny number. What a time. Do we stay in against Piplup? Level 9. 15 HP. What's it going to do? Peck, probably. Oh, I can see what his team is, can't I? Have a look at Baz's team. Oh, he's got Pound and Growl. We'll go for a Thundershock, I think. He outspeeds with a Growl. That's okay. Minus attack is fine. Alright, we're staying in. Oh, actually, it's less attack than Starly. So, we might be okay. Alright, we're fine. That was weak as hell. Nice! Rival fight 1 complete. Not bad. Oddish getting some gains there as well. Burb, Shinx up a few levels. Got to be careful we don't over-level. Remember, the level cap is only level 14 for the start of the game, so we have to be careful. Don't want to over-level. Mr. Cow has been defeated, though. I don't think he gives us free heals over. That being said, we won't have Shinx up front. We'll be fine. Route 203, we don't have a catch on yet either, do we? Wait, where did we catch it on a minute ago? That wasn't 203. Did I put it in the wrong spot? I think I might have messed up. That's Route 204. Oh, no. 204 was Badoo. I put it in the wrong spot. We do have another catch, then. Never mind. I was wrong. What was... It was calm, wasn't it, Purdue? Let me... clear the encounter. So, we do have a chance of Route 203. Here is what we can get on Route 203. Now, I think this includes national decks, but I'm not entirely sure. I'm just assuming that based on the Pokemon it says we can catch here. These are the captures that we can get on this route. Okay, and there's some good ones. Zubat, Psyduck, Golduck, Abra, Cubone, Goldeen, Seaking, Magikarp, Gyarados, Ralts and Curlier, and Kricketot. I don't know where Ralts and Curlier come from here either, and I'm pretty sure we can't catch Cubone in the base game, but there we go. This is our capture for Route 203. We also have the dupes that we can still get from other stuff we have already, so... Oh, it's an Abra! Oh, we got a ball at turn 1. It's win it or bin it. We have to get it turn 1. Come on, Abra. Come on. Give it to us. Yes. Let's go. Kaza's coming home. It's not the same Kaza, but it's another Abra. Let's go. Look at him tilted on the side like that. That's actually a really good Pokemon to get. What are we going to call Abra? Should we call him Gengar or something? Should we call him Mr. Mime? Mr. Mime, the Alakazam. Have a go on, Bevan, mate. I really appreciate you being there as always. Thank you for the bitties earlier as well. You know I appreciate you, my dude. You're one of the OGs. Been around for a long time. And, yeah. I very much appreciate you, my dude. You take it easy. And, I'm sure I'll see you back soon. Alright, Mr. Mime. Mr. Mime the Abra. This is tragic, isn't it? I'm so glad we got Abra, though. That's actually really good. If this is the GOAT, Mr. Mime could be the GOAT. And we get Teleport as well. What's the nature? Lonely. Oh, that's trash. Never mind. It's not that it's, like, really bad in terms of its nature, but in, like, it doesn't affect really anything that Abra does. So it's not good. It's not necessarily bad. So, like, what would have been good here is, like, bonus attack or bonus speed, right? Jolly wouldn't have been great. What we would have wanted is, like, hasty or something. Get, like, an increased speed, because Alakazam is fast already. We obviously can't get Alakazam. We can only have Kadabra. But Kadabra would be quick. I mean, if we look at it compared to the rest of our team, he's probably the fastest already. 12 speed. Alright, he's not. He is under-leveled, though. He's level 4, and he's already got more speed than, like... or close to the same speed of everyone else. Inner Focus as well. Stops flinching, which is quite nice. We'll potion him instead. We'll potion the Shinx. That's not a bad catch, though, I think. He's also, as we found out in our last run, good for TMs. Will be useful for the fighting-type gym. The list goes on, really. Abra's a good Pokemon. I mean, even Kadabra's a really good Pokemon. Unfortunately, we can't get Eviolite, which is a problem. But we can get that. The only thing that might happen in this playthrough that will be slightly different to the Sword and Shield Nuzlocke is in that game, what I did was I did a bit of grinding off stream in terms of leveling. What I might do grinding off stream in this game, if I'm going to do it at all, is I might go in the Grand Underground and try and find items. Because it might be quite useful if we can find some items that will be good in battle. Things like the plates. We had a Mind Plate last time we were running on Kadabra. If we could run him with a Psychic Plate, that'd be quite useful to boost his Psychic type attacks. So, we might try and do something like that. Try and find some items down there. I won't be able to use the fossils, so anything I find as extra will just be money fodder, and I'll just sell all the items we get. But there's potential that we could use it somehow. Zubat comes out. It's going to have Leech Life, probably, maybe Gust, so... Could go for a Taunt, but there's no point. It might go for Supersonic, which is kind of annoying if it does. Never mind, we one-shotted it with a crit. Love it. I love it. Things we love to see. Look at that. 17 special attack at level 5. You know this Abra means business. I mean, the problem with Kaza when we had him before is he was frail, right? So Kaza used to get bullied quite a lot by physical attackers. if we can get Kazza in the right matchups, Kazza can be very good. He could be incredibly powerful. We just need to get him in the matchups that will work for Kazza. Which is, you know, I guess a bit of a problem, but if we can switch around properly using Kazza, we're okay. He also somewhat has a freebie. If he gets roared in, I'm pretty sure we can use teleport to get a random switch. So there's a chance as well we can switch him in and out if we need to. Cricketot comes out. Would be okay, actually, for the first 2 gyms, Cricketot, because he's kind of useful. Especially Cricketune, like, evolving really early. Or evolving into Cricketune really early. He's quite good in Gym 2. He gets Fury Cutter and you can sweep the whole gym. 3 levels up there. Oddish should have leveled up as well. Close, but nice to go. Burb with a wing attack basically means we're set for Gym 2 now. Shink's up to level 10. I have to make sure we don't over-level. We are getting a little close, and I don't think there's that many fights before we get to Orberg, so... We might have finished Gym 1 by the end of the day, I'm not sure. We may have done Gym 1 by the end of stream today. I don't know. So we'll see. What we will do, potentially what we will do is if level caps become too much of a problem, we'll just limit it where we'll say, you know, because like over leveling was something that happened in the previous run, not because of us doing it, by just playing the game and fighting trainers. But what we may end up having a situation of if we go up, we'll just have to limit people's XP gains as much as possible. We need to get the ability to switch boxes on the fly so we can switch Pokemon while we're out and about and not going to Pokemon centers. We really need that. That'd be very useful. We'll see, though. We're doing alright, though. We're doing alright. This is a decent run so far. I mean, it's a good start. We haven't lost anything. We've been going fairly cleanly. We only had 1 scare, which was against Abra. Bloody Abra that scared us. I knew Abra was coming as well. I just couldn't remember if one of them had it or both of them. That was a scary fight. Nice. Donk the Starly there as well. Badoo comes out. Obviously going to get one-shot by the Chimchar, who's shredding up early game. Nice. Chimchar is nice early game for like trainer fights. He's just not great in the gyms. At least in the first gym, because Gym 1 and 4 are obviously water and rock and water. Then you got Gym 2 is grass, which is nice. Gym 3 is fighting. So fighting works well because her ace, Maylene's ace is a Lucario, which is part steel. So Infernape or Monferno at the time will be able to just abuse it, basically. And then also, if we need it, we've also got Starly to bring in against it. So Machop as well, not a bad thing. Bucky the Machop that we had before. Sword and Shield. He was a great fighter for us, old Bucky the Machop. Shouldn't have great special defense though, so this probably won't one-shot, but yeah, good damage. If we'd have burnt, we might have been scared there a little bit as well, because there was always a chance this was Guts Machop. If it was Guts Machop, it would get the boost from us burning it, and we'd have to be careful like Milotic did with Flame Orb. Something else used Flame Orb, didn't it, as well? What was it? There was a Guts Pokemon we fought in the Elite Four, wasn't there? Was it Heracross? When it Guts Heracross, it burnt itself in the Elite Four fight using a Flame Orb, and we were really scared of it, and then it didn't even attack. Or it went for a really weak attack or something, I feel like. I was scared of that Guts Heracross, though. Yeah. Wild. Wild. Let me tell you, it were wild. General question as well. This might seem a bit random, but it's just something I've been thinking about while I've been looking at my screen there. Is it annoying to have the goal in the top left of the screen? Like, shall I just remove it? Or is it something that's like people don't really care about having it? Bidoof comes out. Chimchar's just running through everything as well, so this is kind of funny. Blends into the background, to be honest. Doesn't bother me. Okay. Just wanted to make sure it wasn't annoying or anything. Is that a dig at Chili or something there? Does he have a follow goal that you can't see? I don't know. 24 special attack on a level 8 Abra as well. It's hilarious. Abra's just going to, like, destroy the first gym if we give it half a chance with a move that can actually attack. Repel. Always nice. Mate. The old follow goal curse strikes again as well. I shouldn't have mentioned it. TM98, Rock Tomb or Rock Smash? Gonna beat someone up, I swear. It's kind of at that point where it's like, if I don't laugh about it, I'll cry at this point, to be fair. That was me thinking we'd finally left 751, the reverse of the old cursed number 571 in the dust. When yesterday we were at 754, but apparently not. Shinx comes out. Boom, follow just a bit, nothing's gonna happen. Chilling. They just don't want to see us get to that 1k, Chili. That's all it is, you know. Let's be real anyway. It was probably just a fucking pity follow from like 6 months ago anyway. Maybe we'll get to 1k one day. Who knows? It's gonna be a while off yet before we do it anyway. I mean, we always make slow progress on our milestones anyway. But especially slowly when we keep going backwards all the time. We need the memo. Someone needs the memo that we're supposed to be going forwards on it. You know? We're not trying to get 752 to disappear. We're trying to get the excess. I don't know. One day, maybe. I honestly don't know if we ever will do it. I don't know. I mean, we should, but you know. Will we? I don't know. Depends if people like me enough to drop a follow. I guess. One day people will stop being little bitches. Meet quality people. Like that attitude. Yeah, I don't know. Kinda sucks, I guess, but can relate to you. I was talking about this month with my friend today. How every time I've gone live this past 2 weeks, I've had more unfollows during a stream than follows. Tell me to not take it personal, which I get that, but it still hurts. Oh no, I 100% get that as well. I feel for you there, Baroque. I've had the same problem for a long time. It's kind of nothing new for me. I mean, like I said it before, out of interest, I did a little experiment. I think it was the start of the year. I went back because I'm a bit of a stat. I used to work in science, so I'm like a bit of a stats person. So I like looking at it every once in a while. I've got a spreadsheet. You know, I love a spreadsheet, and I just had a look out of interest to see what the total follows we should have gotten based on the recorded numbers on Twitch were versus what we still had. And it was kind of, I don't know, it was kind of baffling to me that, like, for a channel that at the time had, what? I think we just... Did we get 700 by the end of the year? I don't remember. We just above 700? We were like 710, 720? Maybe? We were at like 720, and we've got like between 150 and 200 unfollows in the last 2 years. Which is kind of horrifying when I saw that, because I thought, really, a channel of my size, should I really be getting that many? Probably not. That doesn't sound great, but it is what it is, I guess. As I say, most people who probably unfollow are fucking pity follows, and they've never come in the stream anyway, so it's like, cool, but I didn't really need you anyway. It just sucks, I guess. I don't know. Like, I feel that as well. It's, it sucks. Some of it will be certain things, you know. Some people came in when I was playing a different game or whatever. Maybe they follow when I was playing Siege, which I don't really play anymore. I mean, with yours, Baroque, I'd imagine some of that will be from playing Cult of the Lamb a few weeks ago, because I know a lot of people come in and watch people who play that game and then never come back straight after. If you never play it again, they'll just unfollow and leave, because it's like they're there for Cult of the Lamb and that's it. So that could be some of it. But no, it sucks. And I feel you on that, though. It does... I don't know. It's just a bit demoralizing a little bit, I guess. Especially if you have little goals and things. You know? Like, we have a joke. I say it's a joke. It's... I joke about it, but it's still a kick in the balls every time I think about it. But we have a bit of a meme where it's like, every time we get a milestone, we have to get it 3 times before we actually get it, because someone will inevitably unfollow and we'll have to get it again and again and again. And then eventually we'll get safe by like 1 or 2, and then we'll be fine. So like when we hit 100 follows, I think we had to get it twice. When we hit 200, I think we had... Actually, 200, I think we were fine. But like 700, I think we had to get twice or 3 times. It kind of happens all the time, so it's like, no, we can't make that trade, we're not allowed. Being a variety streamer makes it hard. 100%, yeah. I don't know, it makes you question it a little bit. You kind of go like, what am I doing wrong? Or like, is there a reason people unfollow me or whatever? Or people don't... Not even just that, but is there a reason people don't come back necessarily? You know, like the person who pops in for the first time, drops a follow and says hi and then never comes back. And it's like, is there a reason that they never did? Or is it just Twitch being Twitch? And just the person never came back? Or is there something that I did that they didn't like? I don't know. You know how I've reacted to that before? Yeah. I mean, I'm not quite as extreme as you though, Oreo, where like, if people pity follow you, you'll literally just remove them. Which, I quite like that. That you literally give so little of a shit about it, you're just like, ah, fuck you, I didn't want you anyway. And you'll just force unfollow them. I do love that. It's hilarious. I don't know, it's just, it sucks a bit, I guess, when you're trying to build and things. I suppose it sucks as well, depending on situations, like, there's a lot of us know a lot of other streamers as well, right? Like, a lot of us who do stream in here, we're all friends with a lot of other people who stream. So I guess it kind of doubles down on the suck when you go in and you see that everybody else you know is doing well. Everyone's on the up. And then you're like, I'm just here existing. Hi. It's me. You know, it's just like a bit of a kick in the balls where you're kind of like, what are they doing that I'm not? But, I don't know. Does the follow number on Twitch make any difference or matter anyway? Not really. It's like viewers and stuff that actually makes a difference, but... It still stings a little to look at and see, you know, every time you crank up the stream that you've gone down by 2 instead of up. But, I don't know. It is what it is. It's Route 207. What can we get on 207? We can catch Zubat, Machop, Geodude, Fampi, Stantler, or Kricketot. Let's see what we get. Guaranteed new encounter. It's a Machop. That's actually really good for Gym 1. We might sub that in for Bidoof or something. I do like the fact that you also have a spreadsheet as well. It's kind of funny. I have my little analytics spreadsheet that I've had for a while. It's kind of more just like a general interest thing for me. Like, I don't literally live and die by the stat sheet, but it's kind of one of those things where, like, I'll do a little bit of a yearly roundup and I'll be like, how much have things changed since last year? You know, it's kind of cool to see the progress on it. But then I guess at the same time, negative progress is kind of a bit of a kick in the balls. So. Don't have time or energy for people like that. And I want honesty, but I understand you not being as extreme. It hurts more when it happens to you. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Here's what it is. You gotta take them on the chin, ain't you, really? It's like, you know, kind of like Baroque said, where it's like, people just say, oh, don't take it personally or whatever. And it's like, you don't, but it still sucks. A little bit. Monthly? I haven't updated mine for a little bit, so I actually need to go back and do it. But then I've been kind of out of action for a bit, so... I'll just put NA in February, I guess, because I streamed like twice and had about 12 crashes during 2 streams, so I probably won't even bother updating it for that. It'll make the year look better in the end anyway. When we get to the end of the year, it will look nicer. Might even make a graph if it looks good. Yeah, I don't know. It's a weird topic to talk about. It's one of those things people don't really talk about either, isn't it? I feel like it's one of those kind of taboo-y Twitch subjects that everyone, you know, talks about. Or if you mention anything like that, it's kind of hard to talk about anyway, because you always get someone who kind of misconstrues the point, you know? Because I feel like the natural reaction to anything, even like what I've said there, where I kind of say it sucks to kind of put a counter like that up there, and then you see it go down more than it goes up every stream. And you know that there's always going to be that one person who goes, oh, stop being so fucking ungrateful. People should, you know, you should be happy people turn up to your stream. And it's like, they're not fucking mutually exclusive things where I can't have one without the other or whatever. It's like, I can have both. Like, I'm incredibly thankful that people decide to spend any time at all with my sorry ass when I stream, but it also kicks me in the fucking balls when people decide to, you know, leave. You know? It's just kind of dumb. Call him Krogunk, yeah. We'll call this one Krogunk. Is it Krogunk or Croagunk? I don't remember his official thing. Is it Croagunk? It is Croa. We'll call him Croagunk then. The official terminology. Yeah, it's like hard to talk about Twitch stuff because, as I say, you'll just get like the people who'll come on there and just like complain about it. And just to use the whole, stop being ungrateful. And it's like, I'm literally not, but... You know. That kind of comes from more of a people don't actually know you at all. They just say stuff like that as a sweeping statement and don't know anything about you. Oh, I can't swap Pokemon yet because we don't have the box function. Yeah. Not a fan of pity follows or the people who simply don't pass the vibe check for me. I'll remove them from my channel. I guess I'm also doing it to myself, constantly banning and blocking people. I mean, to some degree, but then at the same time, it's about keeping your community as you want, isn't it? Like, I've been quite lenient in some cases with people who probably should have been banned for stuff that they've done, but I've given them another chance. Do I regret it on, like, second look? Maybe, some of them. Some people just, you know, will blow the second chance anyway, so... Or some people just do stuff that warrants insta bans anyway. I mean, it just depends how you want to run the stream and that, innit? But, I don't know. It just feels weird. It's weird to talk about, as I say. No one really talks about it, and everyone just complains if you do for the most part. So I feel like most people talk about it in private, off stream with other streamers, but no one really talks about it on stream. Or they just post about it on Twitter. That's the other thing, isn't it? Streaming stuff's weird. Yeah, it is. Streaming stuff's weird. As I say, in the like the end of all things, That count in the top left doesn't mean anything. You know? Doesn't mean anything because it's literally just a number of people that decided to click a button one day. And I say most of them probably wouldn't come back or whatever anyway. That's just the way it is. So it doesn't really matter. What matters is, you know, to me, is the people who come in and say hi and support and hang out, play games with us, talk a load of rubbish and do all that, you know? That's what matters. The people who make an effort to come in and say hi, you know, I've always got time for them. You know, perfect world on Twitch. Everyone who follows comes to every stream, innit? For everybody. Can you imagine that right now? If I had 750 viewers, that'd be fucking wild. Everyone would be having a career on Twitch at that point. That's not the way it works, though, is it? It's not the world we live in. Super potion, let's go. Yeah, as I say, it's weird to talk about, and like, no one really talks about any of that stuff. It's a bit... We don't talk about that. Butterfree got away. No. Unfair. We've probably got time to beat Rourke, I think, maybe? No one would have any viewers, actually, because everyone would have more... Yeah, that's true. Yeah, the 2 tabs thing as well is another, like, bit of a joke in that... Again, I was talking about this the other day, where that just does the rounds every year in February. Because it just seems to be a universal Twitch thing where there's less people watching streams in February. So everyone puts the whole post out about, oh, Twitch doesn't count lurkers anymore, and it's like, well, they do. It's just the numbers have gone down anyway because less people are watching, and most people don't know about the 2 or multi-tabs thing. Where if you're in multiple tabs at once, it doesn't count the view. These people are either going to have Machop or Rock types, so... This is good for training our Badoo in here. I might even train Machop a little bit as well. We got to be careful though, we don't overlevel everyone else. Absorb. Look at the power. Don't think we procced Sturdy? No, we didn't. That's good, actually, in the end. We'll probably end up beating Rourke in this today, and then we'll probably wrap up. Yeah. See if we can go down to 750 by the end of the stream as well, shall we? I shouldn't joke about that, because last time I made a joke about it, we actually did. So I probably shouldn't say that. Someone will do it. Again, I don't think we procced Sturdy. Oh, we did proc Sturdy, so we would have one-shotted. But... Nice. Yeah. I feel like to some degree, though, I am kind of like the controversial streamer from the fact that I'm the one, like, out of our big group of people we know who kind of talks about some of the inner Twitch working stuff. More about the kind of internal mechanics of the stream stuff itself and the way that it works. A lot of people tend to be quite quiet about that, don't really say anything, but I'm kind of one of the people who will complain about dumb shit I see from people. I feel like it should be talked about. Well, particularly the bad things, yeah, I think we should. You know? Like, I mean, when I go off on one of my classic rants that everyone seems to love so much about some dumb shit I saw someone say once, then, like, yeah. Like the, what was it? My favourite one was the whole, I'm trying to remember the exact quote. The whole, when they came in and went, wow, that's a lot of viewers, are you botting or something? I think that's still one of my favourites that I saw. It's just like, are you fucking serious? This wasn't in my channel either, this was somewhere else, but like, it just makes me laugh that someone actually said that. It's like, why? Like, of course I'm gonna clown on those people in chat, because that's just dumb. People who don't do anything wrong don't deserve to be laughed at like that with, like, saying stupid stuff. But you say something stupid like that, it's like, come on now. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Had somebody say that to me during a Cult of the... Yeah, it's I don't understand. I think the angle I took on it is it's kind of weird because like you accuse someone of botting, but then at the same time it's like, do you not expect that person could be successful enough to get those viewers on their own? You know? It'd be like as well if someone came in here, right? Like we use the example of me right now, right? So I can see on the screen if I look it up. Right, let's have a quick peek for you. 18. We're at 18 right now. That's tell you what, 18 is actually pretty fucking good for me, to be fair. Pat on the back for me there. Albeit I've been raided twice, so didn't do all the work myself. But I'll take the push from everybody else, so I appreciate that. Thank you for everyone who's being here as well. Everyone who's stuck around in the raid, lurkers, chatters as well. Appreciate you all being here. Thank you for that. But yeah, it'd be like if someone kind of like came in right now, albeit this is the situation because I've been raided, and went like, oh, you've got 18, you must have been raided. It's kind of like, damn. It's a bit kind of breh. Can we actually get a catch in here? I think we can. Is this Orberg Gate? Hang on, I'm going to run away from this because I've had a bit of a brain fade here if this is Orberg Gate. If this is, we're actually allowed a catch in here and I'll get it on the next Pokemon we find. I just didn't realize it was a catch sign, of course. I was distracted ranting about dumb Twitch stuff. Right, this is Orberg Mine. So yeah, we can actually get a capture here. Geodude. There you go. We'll get Geodude then. I'm not going to bank on the fact he's got Sturdy and go for the one-shot either. I'm going to go for Stun Spore and then try and insta-catch it, I think. Yeah, that's sort of a slight twisting of the Nuzlocke rules, but it's a Noxlcocke, not a Nuzlocke, so we can kind of bend the rules slightly in that case, mainly because I was just being dumb and I wasn't paying attention. Come on, Pokeball, we got an Abra in one shot. Let's get that Geodude. He'll be useful later on. Come on. Nice. Geodude's actually really useful in Nuzlocke. He's kind of like Gyarados tier useful, particularly in the early game. Basically, because Geodude isn't great in terms of anything it does, it's offensively terrible. But Geodude works really well as a defensive weapon, right? What do we want to call him? What do we want to call the rock? Geodude. Oh, Wagnus the Geodude, isn't it? Of course. We have to make an exception for this one and call it. There we go. Wagnus the Geodude. We'll send him to the box for now. He'll be useful because he's really defensively strong. He has like 100 base defense. It basically means that Geodude will be really bulky to fight anything early game. He's useful as a pivot, as we call him. Pivot in Nuzlocke's a Pokemon that I use to basically get a switch for something else. Or he's useful to like take a hit for something else so then we can switch. That was Orberg Mine. So we got Geodude. We got him Wags. Captured. We'll check the... Oh, we need to put Machop in as well, don't we? Did we put Machop in? Machop was Route 207, wasn't it? We can actually check on his thing, because doesn't it tell us where we caught him? I'll actually start talking again in a minute. Instead of talking to myself. Bear with me there, chat. There's Bidoof, who we forgot to rename. Krogunk and Machop. We need to have a look at you. Hasty-natured. Route 207, yes. Machop. The misnamed Pokemon gimmick continues. Hasty. I don't actually know what that is. Hasty, hasty, hasty. Increased speed minus defense. Yeah, that's not terrible. He's got guts as well. We'll take guts. An Abra, Chimchar. Oh, he's in the box, isn't it? Of course. Geodude. Wagnus the Geodude. What's he got? He's docile, so he's neutral-natured. I already know that one. So he's got nothing by it. But look at that. 20 defense. Actually, he's got decent attack as well, to be fair. Rockhead prevents recoil, so he's not actually that useful. He would have been more useful if he was sturdy, because then we could have switched him as a free switch on anything, on a heal. We can't do that, but he would be useful in the first gym against rock types, but we'll keep him out for this one, because we don't really need him. Geodude's kind of not that useful for the first gym here. We also apparently have a catch in Orberg Gate and Orberg City. Supposedly you can catch Abra in Orberg City, but I don't really know how that works. An Orberg Gate, I'm not sure where that is. We try and find Orberg Gate. This is obviously 207, so it's not up here. Where's Orberg Gate? This is obviously a cave, so this doesn't count, does it? Did we actually catch anything in here? Oh, this is Orberg Gate, so we never caught anything in here. We need to get a capture here. Again, I wasn't paying attention to the catch here then either. As Geodude dupes applause. Hi, Kina, how are you? Let's go back. The same sinking pit in the stomach feeling when people we all know who they are only come in to mention the view account. It's just shameful. Yeah, no, I get that as well. I don't like when people do that. It's kind of one of those things where I don't often do it, but it's one of the few things I'll comment on if I see someone do it in someone else's stream. Because, like, I'm not going to be one of those people who's going to go in and mod everyone else's chat, you know? Because at the end of the day, streaming can do what they want. But, like, it's kind of one of those things where I'll usually make a comment about it if someone says it, because it's kind of just it's just a dirty remark to make, you know? Just like one of those view account comments. It's just like, you just don't need to. You just don't need to say it. Just stop it. Don't need to mention it. Geodude again. So yeah, no, I kind of, yeah. I always comment on that if I see it. Realize there's a lot of Pokemon in this game that need to be traded. This is true. Well, Graveler's good. Like, he's good into mid-game, but Golem would be useful. But then Golem at the same time is slow and kind of sucks. Graveler and Geodude, pound for pound, are probably better than Golem. Because, unless it's sturdy Golem anyway, in which case it's basically useless. If it's not. Did we not catch the Geodude in here? No. So, yeah, now I think about it, basically what happened was we obviously skipped, like, mistakenly skipped these two Pokemon because I was ranting, I wasn't paying attention. So we ended up running past two encounters and then we've come back to them because, you know, slightly flexible rules because we aren't being super hardcore on this Nuzlocke. Doing alright, really sluggish today, but managed to clean the majority of my room despite that. Feels much better in here now. There we go. Small wins, you know? Take those small wins. Love that for you, Kina. I feel like it's just one of those days where everyone I've talked to really seems to say it's a bit of a kind of downer day today. Bit of a slow, low energy day today, you know? Feel that from a lot of people, so you're not alone in that, you know? What are we going to call Zubat as well? Anyone got that? We'll call him Batman. Shinx wants to learn Bite. Perfect. Great timing, because we're going to need that for Psychic types later on. Get rid of Leah. Yeah, let's go look, you know? Small wins. I love those emotes as well. Zubat, added to the Pokédex. What do we want to call our Zubat, man? We're going to continue with the theming of, like, wrong Pokemon names. We could call it Swoobat, which is in black and white as well. Are there any other bat Pokemon? It's never going to... Oh, no, it could get to Crobat, because it needs to be Friendship Evo, doesn't it? We could get a Crobat, potentially. Oh, I got any Poffins, though. Oh, yeah, Noibat. We'll call it Noibat, because we had Noivern in the previous one as well. Call it Noibat. Which is also part dragon, so it makes it sound more fearsome than it actually is. Yeah, Noibat. A good shout, actually. Noibat will be... To be fair, I might dunk on him here. Noibat actually going to be quite useful in Gym 2. There you go. What did I say as well about the curse? New record for me, that is. Setting records out here today, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between. That's what happens. You disappear for 3 weeks and everyone hates you now, you know? You disappear for 3 weeks and it's the end of the world. Right, gym battles. We'll fight these two and then we'll start wrapping up, I guess. But do we want to use you up front? Probably. We'll give Krogan for sure. She has revenge. So. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know, man. nothing else, we can say that we've set a new record in the last 24 hours, you know? Nothing else happens this stream. Why did that only do so little damage with a low kick? Really? Huh. Alright, we'll just hit revenge then instead. You should knock him out. Nice. Quillfish escaped. No one got it. What a shame. Quillfish is actually okay, to be fair. No one got it, just like most of my jokes, because they're terrible. Had to slide that in there, didn't I, as well? Do we know if having 4+ monitors counts towards views on lurking? I was wondering that. As far as I know, it's kind of the same way that it's always been, I think, with the 2 tabs thing. But I think it's only it is less 2 or less that count. If it's more than 2, I don't think they count as views. If that's what we're alluding to, anyway. Unless I've completely misread that. Yeah, views on lurking. I'm pretty sure it's 2 and below only works. More than 2 tabs doesn't seem to count.
They tried to nail the coffin shut,
hey, yo.
but you lot just won't stay down.
3
this
in one
is
stream.
yours now.
Light Fire Spirit, thank you very much for the raid. You're Mono's friend, aren't you? I remember. Yes. I knew I remembered you. Welcome in. Thank you very much for the raid as well. I very much appreciate it. Have we got anyone? Have we got a mod here right now? Is Chili still here? Actually unusual. Chili's the only mod. Oh, Forks was there for a bit, actually. But it's been surprisingly quiet on the old mod front tonight. It's unusual these days, isn't it? Let me just do a shout out. Light Fire Spirit. Mono's for a year. I knew I remembered you. I knew you from somewhere. Usually I remember pretty much where everyone's from. It just takes a minute. There we go. Let me just... I didn't follow you either. Unbelievable of me, isn't it? Terrible. I've done it now, though. There you go. I'll be a good streamer. I should have done that a while ago. My apologies. Thank you very much for the raid, though. I very much appreciate it. Welcome in. It's good to see you. How was your stream? What were you up to? Hopefully you're having fun with everybody you were with. Hanging out with you. I see a May in there as well. I see a May. I see a Grimsley with a cheeky little wheeze emote there. A couple of wheezes. Laughing at my pathetic stream. I understand. Chuck in the self-deprecating joke again. Got to get it in there somewhere. Got to get it in there. Welcome on Infinite Fusion. Let's go. I do like Infinite Fusion. There's been a bunch of memes that people have been posting in the Discord about that. I think our favorite one we found so far is Milk Champ. The old Machamp Miltank Fusion. Horrific. That's all I can say, really. Milchamp. What can you say about Milchamp? It's awful. Maybe I should play Infinite Fusion. That'd be a laugh. Well, no, it went well, though. Very fun. That's what we love to see. We're doing a Nuzlocke in a minute. This was my first Pokemon game I ever played when I was a youngster, the original version of BDSP. Not BDSP. Pearl, Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, DPP. So we played for a casual version of the game that we finished on Tuesday. And now we're doing a Nuzlocke run through Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl. So, yeah. How are we slower than Onyx? Are you serious? That's taking the piss, to be honest. What is that? Slower than Onyx? Are you joking? Okay. All rando settings as well, so it's extra fun. I love that. That sounds great. I'll have to watch the VOD on that. That sounds amazing. Looks like I wanted to get milked. Oh boy. Low sweep on Krogunk as well. Low sweep's quite useful. It's low sweep or is it low kick? Yeah, that's the weight one. Lower speed, I mean, we'll drop Leer for that. Turning off the switch reset shiny chance, or is it the same as soft reset? Honestly, I have no idea. I don't know. I don't shiny hunt, so I'm not entirely sure. So unfortunately, I can't help you there. I wish I could, but unfortunately, I can't help you. Thank you for the alert, light fire as well. We'll go light there, shall we? We'll go light. That's probably the best one instead of saying the full name every time. It's easier, isn't it? What do we call Zubat as well? Noibat. I need to put that in. Captured. What did we say? I don't think we checked the nature, did we, on Noibat? We'll check that. Yeah, thank you very much for the raid, though, again. I very much appreciate it. Very kind of you. Thank you for sending your community over this way. Sharing them with me. I appreciate it very much. You have a good one, whatever you're up to. Whatever you're up to. Yeah, take it easy. I spoke too quickly there and said complete gibberish. Do we roll the dice on not getting killed by a Cranidos and go for the revenge? And potentially one-shot him? Or do we safely switch? But then if we safely switch, Badoo's basically the only switch we get, and then we have to absorb. Question is, will Krogunk have much use after the first gym? Not entirely. We're going to go with it. Let's go. Clutch up, Krogunk. He's dead. And let's win it or bin it. To be fair, I think if we switched to Badoo, we might have lost anyway. So we had to basically switch into Badoo to force Cranidos to go for... Well, he might one-shot Badoo anyway, to be honest. Stealth Rock as well. Best case scenario, it goes for Bulldoze and we land a Stun Spore. Leer, that's okay. We kind of had to go for that on Krogunk, honestly. Otherwise, we were in trouble. We have to land Stun Spore. Now we have a good chance because we can absorb. But we had to get Badoo in without taking any damage. Otherwise, Badoo's in trouble, so... The only problem is going first, obviously. It's going to be a 3-shot kill. That's awkward. At least Cranidos is paralyzed, so it gives a kind of free kill for someone else. Nice, that's helpful. It might even be a 4-shot kill. We might leave him with Sliver. I don't know what the HP calcs are like on this. Oh, it's going to be tight. This is going to be really close as to whether we knock out Cranidos or not. Bulldoze is good. That's better than Headbutt. Oh! That's a huge hit from Cranidos. That base 120 attack. Holy Jesus. Question is, has that speed drop made us slower than him? I doubt it, because he's paralyzed, so we're okay, I think. Right, we're good. We only had to sack Machop, which is sad, but, you know. It was kind of a needed sack, because as you see there, Cranidos just absolutely would have walked us with the rest of our team. If Cranidos had killed Oddish, chances are it would have just run through the rest of the team. Unless we outsped it, but double team's going to be really useful, so we'll take that on. Let me scroll up. I saw some stuff in chat as well. Actually, no, we're good. We're good. I didn't actually miss anything, I don't think. I think we were okay. Revenge makes you go second. Yeah, Revenge forces us to go second. So Revenge is really nice because it makes you go second. It doubles the power of... Is it doubles the power of Revenge if you take damage? So if we get hit while we set up Revenge, it goes from 60 to 120 base power.
Remind me to bring you along the next time I feel like brawling.
No. Don't you be gifting bits around here. You save your money. No. Thank you for the 100 bits, Mora. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for the alert. I appreciate it so much. Thank you for all the support over the last... Well, how long has it been now? Since about May when I met you. However long that is. 10 months. Almost 10 months. Thank you for all the support and stuff. Even just coming in and saying hi. Appreciate it very much. Thank you very much for the 100 bits. Well. It was fun, Krogunk. You did your job, mate. But unfortunately, you took too much damage early on. To be honest, we probably... No. Machop kind of... He didn't bin it, but Machop probably lost that the second it didn't beat anything with low kick or didn't have low sweep yet. Oh, I'm an idiot as well. What the fuck was I doing? I should have leveled up the level cap. I'm like completely out of the Nuzlocke way of thinking right now. We'll put Deathbox as number 2 here. I didn't even go up to level cap. What am I doing? Nothing was at cap level, nor was he. I'm brain dead today, honestly. Did say I was going to end at about 3 hours. How far is it to Eterna? I have to go through the forest, don't I? Maybe I will call it there. What do we think? I hate the raid, you know, finish up right after the raid, but I did say I was going to end up at about 3 hours. Because I feel like breaking me back in after 3 weeks away is quite nice, just to kind of slowly build up to streams again. I feel like maybe is a good time to call it. We've had a good run today, to be honest, after a pretty slow start from me, so maybe we're at a good place to call it. Roll up the raids into one and fire them off to someone else. Let me just type out the Bevan. Here's Bevan, mate, if you watch the VOD. Yeah, I think we will call it there. How about that? And then we'll come back next week with renewed spirit on Nuz 2. Yeah, I say I don't want to go really soon after the raid, but I did say I was going to wrap up now. Yeah, let's go back to the lab. Oh, that's the wrong one. Oh, we'll go to the art lab with the scuffed stuff on the walls. Not the art itself is scuffed, the art is all really good. It's the positioning of them deliberately scuffed just to be annoying. It's definitely nothing to do with the fact that I couldn't actually get them to sit properly, probably on the wall, so I decided at this point I would just make them very awkward and annoying, so that everybody gets annoyed from the fact they don't line up properly. Case in point, the ones on the window that don't fit the shape of the window at all. I know they're annoying, and it's deliberately done like that, okay? Just so anyone doesn't think I haven't done a proper job. It's exactly as intended. No, I just couldn't put them on properly, so I decided to do that. Don't flame me in the comments. Why'd I say that? Speaking of, actually, I did upload something to YouTube. A couple of videos up. Two dungeon videos from D2. Pit of Heresy. Well, Pit of Heresy's been out for about 10 days now. It's not doing too badly. I think it's got like 67 views, which is fairly good, actually. And then we got Duality, the video which it's eventually run out of Steam now, and it's stopped picking up new views because I guess YouTube stopped recommending it. But it's got up to 94 on the Duality video. 94! We almost hit 100 on our first video that wasn't a short. Because I did make that YouTube short once that kind of popped off. I feel like shorts kind of are way more likely to actually go off than anything else. So that was kind of cool. But yeah, so that one's been doing well. Link below if anyone does want to check it out. I mean, it's probably not your cup of tea if you're not a Destiny player. But you never know. Maybe you're bored, you want to... I don't know. You got some time. Some of them are quite long. Admittedly, the Duality one's like 50 minutes, but still. It's quality stuff, let me tell you. And there's definitely not a desync issue with the audio, so it's completely wrong. Anyway, I need to put some music on. It's a very awkward silence here, and I'm just talking. This is terrible. No one wants to hear me talk. We want to hear music. Who's going to get mad at that first? Let's find out. Who's going to be the first one to get mad at that and comment? Today's episode of Who Have I Pissed Off First? What song do we want? Do I need to put the hype track on? No, we'll put on something else first. Put this on. Yee. Anyway. Let's start looking for someone to raid, shall we? Get out of here, quickly. Run away while we have the chance. Run away before we actually do drop below 750. I keep saying I shouldn't say that because it's going to happen, isn't it? Who are we raiding? I have no idea, honestly. Switch the audio back across a moment. It's actually a tough choice, you know. No, it's a room. Actually, admittedly, there's not that many people on tonight for me. It's kind of odd, actually. I usually have tons of people online, but it's a more restricted choice. Bevan. I appreciate that, Bevan, mate. You know? You know. Kind of like we were talking about earlier, you know, we were talking about the follow count thing and how it's kind of irrelevant in the long run. I am incredibly grateful for the strong support I do have from the, you know, close group we have here, you know. And I feel like when it comes to asking for communities on Twitch, of like that kind of close inner ring of people that are, you know, the regulars, the people that are here all the time, you know, the regulars, the people who are dropping in frequently and whatnot. I couldn't probably ask for a better group. You know, you guys are phenomenal, and you know, fuck the 1k and the 750. Quite frankly, I don't care. I don't really care. Like, sure, yeah, it'd be nice to have 1k next to my name. Does it really matter? No, it doesn't. I don't give a shit. Is it gonna make my streams any better? No. Does it mean anyone else is gonna be watching me? Probably not. Like, I don't care. Need a bang. Oh, fuck. We got a banger song. We got a terrible one. Give me something good. No, we'll stick with that. That's fine. Thank you, Mono. I appreciate it. Yeah, everybody who's come in today, though, massive thank you to all of you. For my first official stream back, I guess, from my test stream last time, where we only dropped 134 frames, which isn't too bad, considering 3 weeks ago that would have been 20,000 in 10 minutes, so I'll take that. We also set a new record today on stream as well. So, we'll take that. We set a new record. For all the wrong reasons, but it was a great record. I'm not even going to mention it again, because it's just going to... No. Feel the dropping frames? Yeah, we had some significant internet problems for a few weeks, hence why I dropped off the face of the earth for a while. But yeah, it's good now, though. But I had some big problems with that for a while. We did a sponsored stream about 3 weeks ago, and it crashed 8 times in 10 minutes. So I binned it after 10 minutes. That was fun. I was looking forward to that War Thunder stream as well, because I've been playing it for ages. We gotta get more followers than the population of You're right, Bevan, we do. We do have to get more followers than the population of 3,028. Bevan, I'm not getting 3,028 anytime soon. I think you're asking the wrong streamer if you want someone to beat 3k anytime soon. The e-spenders. I'm not sure the e-spenders can fix that problem, mate. The Iron Simp and the Simpin Soldier I don't think can do much there for us. Anyway. Let's start wrapping up, shall we? I genuinely don't know who to raid today. It's a bit of... I don't know. Bit of a pain in the arse. Believe in you. I'm glad someone does, because I don't. Is that bad? Yeah, it probably is, isn't it? Probably bad, but I don't. Raid Pokemon challenges. Yeah, I'm thinking about raiding Sunny. But I don't know when the last time I raided Sunny was. I'm just kind of... I'm doing a thorough check, make sure there's no one new on that I've been sniping a raid on for a while or anything. Yeah, I guess we'll go with Sunny. Baroque just went live as well. What? No, it was Damien, wasn't it? Why do I think Baroque was one of the last people I raided before I left? I feel like I did raid her not that long ago, I feel like. I'll have a look. It's been 3 weeks though, so the whole not raiding people too frequently is kind of off the cards anyway. I can look at it, can't I, somewhere? I can filter it on mod view. Somewhere, where is it? It's raids, isn't it? Yeah, here we go. Four raids back. There we go. When was Sunny's then? I feel like I haven't raided Sunny for a while now, actually. Oh, it was a while back. Bloody hell. Yeah, it's almost 2 months ago. Yeah, we'll raid Sunny. Feel like I'm probably due popping back in there to say hi again. Gotta do my, you know... Gotta do my, public service as a lurker. Get back to the stream. I don't know why I said that. I'm a lurker everywhere, and that makes it sound like a bad thing. There's nothing wrong with being a lurker. Lurking's great. If anyone ever tells you there's a bad thing being a lurker, fuck them, quite frankly. Send them to me, and I'll publicly shame them in front of everyone on stream. Right. Let's put on the hype stream raiding tune, and then we go. Lurker hardly know. Thank you for that, Bevan. Thank you for sniping that one in at the end. Let me grab our raid music. It's not Wii Sports anymore. That one's just a redeem. We've retired the Wii Sports finally. I know it's a shame, but we finally got rid of that bloody tune. Great, isn't it? Welcome in, Notorious. Goodbye, Notorious. We're about to raid out. Sorry you came in at the end, my dude, but I appreciate you popping in. Thank you very much for coming in and saying hi. Remembering me after my long time away. Thank you very much. Unfortunately, you've come in right at the end, though. I really appreciate that. Thank you for coming in and saying hi. As I say, thanks for remembering me after being gone for 3 weeks. We will be back. I'll be back next week to a more regular schedule again. I haven't really been streaming much recently, so I'll hopefully be back more regularly again next week. But yeah, thank you very much for coming in and saying hi, though. I very much appreciate it. Great messages were there in chat from Mr. Bevan. Thank you very much, Bevan, for doing that for me. If you'd like to copy one, raid message. Got the non-subs up top with the biohazard badge and the subs badge underneath with the Noxlcocke. If you aren't subbed and you would like to join in with our traditional raid message with the subs badge, you can unlock it for a nice 100 channel points underneath. If you go into the rewards section underneath rewards and challenges. Why is it called rewards and challenges? If you look under the channel points section, first one on there, it's a nice little teal colour, perhaps, you know, sort of mint green-ish. You click that, choose an emote to unlock. You can unlock the Noxlcocke emote for using the raid message for 100 channel points if you want to jump in with that one, or you can use the other one. I don't know, I like the biohazard one sometimes, so sometimes I want to use it myself. Yeah. Let's raid out. Let's go raid Sunny. Doing some art by the looks of it. Yes. Art. My mod audition. To be fair, Bevan, you're doing a good job there, Bevan, mate. Doing a good job. Doing a good job when you're not being suppressed by forks. Forks isn't censoring you all day. You were shouting me out as well, Bevan. Shout out Moras. Hey, all the shouts, my dude. Doing Oreo as well. Yeah. Yeah, I appreciate everybody here. Thank you very much. Everyone who was here, everyone is here. I appreciate you all. Whether it was your first time coming back the other day on Tuesday or today, thank you for remembering me. Coming back after 3 weeks away. I know it's a long time. It's the longest I've been away for 2 years, so thank you very much for coming back. And hi. I'll be back more again. I promise. I'm not quite ready to hang up the headphones for the last time just yet. Call it a day on my streaming career. Call it career? That sounds really like presumptuous, doesn't it? We won't call it streaming career. It sounds a bit weird. Streaming time. I don't know. Ban Nox with love. Miss Cow Supremacy. Yeah, speaking of great streamers, there you go. Oreo, Miss Cow. Saturday. We're playing a new game together. I'd recommend you go watch. Sure, you'll see a post about it on Twitter, or if not, you might even see me in my Discord if you're in there. I'll probably put a post in there. I'll ping everyone. Be annoying. If anyone wants to watch that, there you go. We'll be there. Anyway, 7 seconds. We're going. Goodbye. I'll see you all on next week, Tuesday. Bye-bye. Everyone have a good one.